Hey, man.
I'm here. I don't know if the sound is good.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Nice.
So, fantastic semis, man. What did you think to that?
Well, I got really excited with the first one, because who don't get excited with TaToH versus Nikov, right? I mean,
of course,
amazing. And went for the last game, so fantastic. It could go to either way. I don't know. What do you think about the last game, Zach? Because I was expecting, since the population was really close and Nikov was also ahead in villagers, that he waited a little bit more, because he was with only 2 tone centers. We all know that Mayans is absolutely amazing, and even with 2 tone centers and the mobility with the plumarches is great. But since he was to play for the final, didn't you think that maybe he could try a little bit more? Because I don't know, he still got a lot of gold in the bank, 1 castle up, onagers.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe. It's always hard to say, right? I mean, in the moment, players probably just feel overwhelmed, and from their perspective, they think that it's over. But, you know, they can't see what we can see. As casters, we have that all-seeing eye.
Yeah, spec overlay and everything, right? So, yeah, but in the other hand, we see how team, that it was over, and he kept trying till the last, you know? He was trying, and he was so behind and stayed till the last second. I was going to make that little comparison that then in the other series, when I saw the 2-1 and I saw that Mayans versus Franks, I was telling, ouch, 2-2, man. But then BacT plays super aggressive, also limit 1 board, and, well, he finished the series. And, well, I'm glad also for BacT, you know, because
yeah, me too.
Yeah, man, I'm happy for him, because I think he's a really nice guy, a strong player, and now against TaToH, being BacT in the final, also good for their team, because they will get a lot of points, Vietnam Legends, and it will get the standings gonna be AM, man. They are in problems.
Yes, AM is in a bit of trouble, and we're going to see the standings at the end of this best of 5. But are you ready there,
yes.
Rez?
Okay, so 1, thank you so much for having me as always. Pleasure to see you as well, men. I did not know I would be dragged into this chat, so I did not have my headphones on or my TeamSpeak correct.
It's fine.
I believe everything's all set up. How is my volume compared to everybody else?
Yeah, it's good. You sound fine to me, and you and Mem sound about the same level. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, guys, if you're ready to start, we can just jump into game number 1 here. It's going to be Hideout for game 1, TaToH BacT Grand Final. And honestly, I love this map, and we've not seen it so far today, so looking forward to that one.
Definitely, me too.
When you're ready,
let's go.
Thank you
so much, Zach. And once again, everybody, my name is Resonance22, and again, pleasure to be here. Sorry about the quick sound thing, but yeah, we switched to TeamSpeak. So yeah, we'll be starting in just a moment.
Okay, we're starting. Vamos. Let's go, Robo. Well, everyone, this is Mem. Most of you know me. If not, you can see also the link from Resonance and mine in the chat. And this is Hideout. Well, I like to call it reverse arena. You will see now when we are getting inside, but it's only with palisade walls, the base. And let's see. Well, everyone, welcome to the Escape Champions League. This is the grand final from the Middle East, 1 versus 1. And we have BacT as a Britons, TaToH at Byzantines. This is Mem, and with me is Mr. Resonance22. And the map is Hideout. Res, what do you think about this matchup, Britons and Byzantines, for the start for this first game?
Always a pleasure to be co-casting with you, Mem, for the ECL and any other tournaments. Always a blast. So, like you said, this is going to be TaToH versus BacT. BacT, I think that this is going to be a really, really good game. Hideout is always a fun one for me, because depending on the map generation, sometimes we end up seeing players partition the map in half, and then they usually try and focus on one front and then maybe threaten to open up the other one later. This is the desert-themed Hideout. Also, another interesting fact of this map is that since players do start with these palisade walls, they are still potentially vulnerable to being rushed. It just provides them a little bit of early game advantage. It looks like both players actually have some conveniently placed forests at the front of their bases, which will make a wall off easier. So what do you think, Mem? Do you think we're going to see a little bit more defensive play from them?
Well, this map usually is not really aggressive in the start, so go for Castle Age Imperial Fight, but I like the wood. I mean, the wood, they are so close. You can see those two landmarks already, and basically, when they chop a little bit of those trees, a tower can be, with fletching, even possible to be in the range, so they will have to move. But according to these civilizations, I prefer Britons here. I don't know, maybe TaToH is gonna plan some crazy fast Imperial or something, because in late game, that Briton range against Byzantines, we know that Byzantines got super cheap trash units, but honestly, I'm not sure about this. Well, we can see for now the first fight with the scouts. He's chasing now TaToH BacT, but let's see, he's trying to explore really fast BacT, so maybe BacT is going to go aggressive. Also a possibility with Britons with the fast food from the ships. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility with the Britons, and they can also abuse their archer range as the game drags on to actually harass the opposing wood line due to the short rush distance between these two forests. I'm really glad that you pointed that out. It also means that trebuchets in the late game can be a huge problem, and sometimes players will opt to open that up entirely. BacT's trying to gather as much information as possible on where the exterior resources are that are not protected by these palisade walls in case he wants to apply any sort of Castle Age style pressure. But you're right, the palisade walls will keep them safe a little bit in the early game. And now we're going to have to think a little bit more about the map generation, how it's going to affect the way these players play.
Well, let's see, because we can see how the goal for BacT is really safe. So you can see it's almost impossible to be attacked by TaToH, which is the opposite from TaToH. If BacT should lose this scout, why? Because I'm checking now BacT point of view fog of war. He tried to explore, and you can see that he didn't find any resources on TaToH base. But in Feudal Age, since you get better LOS, he can see the gold and the stone. Of course, he doesn't know if there is something else inside, but it's reachable. From a good rush, you can see how they are at the back from that TC, so he can make the aggression. While BacT has the gold safe, that stone is also exposed, but it could be for some early aggression. Anyway, it's hard to know for now. We're getting into the point that we're going to see if they will go up fast to Feudal Age or they will go 27 villages and then probably for a fast castle.
Yeah, I'm going to be expecting that type of build from both these players, given that they've got that little bit of extra defense. One thing that I have noticed, Mem, is that almost all of the relics are more or less on TaToH's side of the map. So that could matter, as in Hideout, games can go on for a reasonable enough length of time that the relic gold can certainly accumulate. This is somewhere between the realm of Arena and Arabia. So, or you can think of it as kind of a reversed inside-out Arena, but with palisade walls instead. Both players are going to try and do their best to use their buildings as a makeshift wall off behind their front wall, because they know the palisades aren't going to be that safe, but I feel like the way with the forests actually being generated on the outside of their base, those two clumps, that they could actually just maybe even stonewall those if they wanted to create a pretty powerful front line.
Yeah, well, I'm checking, and I see that TaToH is going for gold. You were mentioning about the Arena. These civilizations in Arena are very strong. I mean, Byzantines is one of, maybe now less with so many civilizations, right, with the Wallalo kingdoms, but Byzantines is always so versatile. And about the relics distribution you said, why not going for Monk Ras and also take the relics? Byzantines are so cheap to go up to Imperial, and I would love to see some aggression with Byzantines. I think will be amazing. But they are going 25, 26 population, so they are going for the fast castle.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that that's the safer, better play. I'm just curious to see what these players actually do with the map generation. I think that almost all of the actual fighting is going to be on the top half of the map for the first part of the game. And then in the later stages of the game, players are going to threaten each other on trying to bust through those back walls. But in the meantime, if you go around the backside, the rush distance is way too far, so I don't think either of them are going to risk it. This is a very interesting Civ matchup too, because while the Byzantines can get to the Imperial Age really quickly, that is going to be something that I feel like TaToH has to leverage if he wants to come out on top against the Britons, because the Britons' excellent range, they don't really fear most of what the Byzantines have to offer. They're missing siege engineers, their cataphracts die to elite longbowmen. It could be a little bit tough if the game goes super late, I think.
Well, for now, we can see that they are going different strategies. BacT will go archery range and blastsmith, most likely. Yeah, he's doing the archery range and blastsmith, and TaToH will go market and blastsmith. There you go. They will go both for Castle Age. Probably he will try to make some arches. Then there is open some possibilities. He can also build a siege workshop and try a siege tower. Seems they can go through the palisade. Still, the map is open, so TaToH need to be careful. But let's see. Let's see. I really think that TaToH will go probably. If he's not mining more gold, it will go for extra TCs and just probably some mini boom and maybe a monastery going some monks and try to get the relics. He can see the relics already. Let's check TaToH point of view, fog of war. Not yet, but he will start to explore probably more. Well, he can see one, and he didn't explore at the back. So let's see. He's walling already that area with the houses, starting to wall everything, and the Castle Age time is pretty quick. BacT with 1 villager more. Is he without even the loot? Oh well, but TaToH 2. Oh, that's nice. BacT is 27 villagers up faster than TaToH, and with 1 villager more, that means really a smooth Dark Age from BacT.
Oh, very smooth indeed. Part of that is due to the faster sheep gathering that the Britons actually get, so they don't have as much idle time in the Dark Age. But also, that's just some really great play by BacT. He's mining a ton of gold, so like you said, I expect to see some crossbows from him. Researching, fletching, both players are getting double bid axe for that huge eco boost, and he's going to try and do some raiding on the front half of TaToH's base. I like that you brought up the possibility of a siege tower, as it's certainly a great way to get around these palisade walls and kind of get the surprise in your opponent, because that unit is surprisingly fast. The thing is that TaToH wasn't born yesterday, so that's why he's trying to double layer his walls so that they don't actually are vulnerable to a siege tower. However, he hasn't been able to get up a double layer across the board. And as a result, BacT's in the Castle Age, instantly clicks that crossbowman and bowsaw. That's how you do it. That's how you get to really high rating. And now he's going to start applying some pressure because he can't wall behind it because those archers have some range.
Let's see if Nostradamus is going to work, because the siege workshop is coming. They are not really far from being hideout. I was mentioning about the siege early in the game because they are pretty close. Imagine if they were to go way farther, but like this, he's almost there. And those crossbows already +2. Like if you get Bodkin are what not needed. The plus from the Britons is just amazing. Also the siege tower. Why I say that? It's a fun strategy. I love that siege tower, and sadly it's not being used so often because it's also not the opportunity to use. Is gonna make it? No, but he's going for the mangonel. Damn it! Yeah. I wanted a siege tower. Well, but why he's not doing it? If you check his point of view, fog of war, the siege tower would be really effective right now. But the problem is he doesn't know what we do. He doesn't know if also TaToH is doing a siege workshop or something. But TaToH is with 3 town centers already, and for now, nothing to defend. So actually, if BacT was going inside with the crossbows, imagine if he did the siege tower, the damage could be real. Since TaToH also is without the loot.
You're absolutely correct, Members. I think that right now BacT's getting a little bit of cold feet and just playing it safe with the standard mangonel choice. Having all of this range at his disposal, 7 across the board, soon to be 8 for those crossbows. Once he gets Bodkin arrow, he'll be able to apply a ton of pressure and force TaToH to have to wall at the back or drop down a siege workshop. He's doing it now, but he opted to go for his 2 additional town centers first, whereas BacT only now just got his 2nd town center. So we're going to see the classic Age of Empires 2 duel between one player who has additional town centers and will slowly incrementally gain an eco lead against the other player who's applying some offensive pressure.
Micro gonna be really crucial here. He's getting the map control BacT because he's getting in and pushing. It's good to be like this with Britons because Britons has also those cheaper TCs, so you always can recover a little bit the boom. And if you get some villages behind, it's better to have a smooth economy and 0 idles than TaToH. Well, TaToH is 0 idles for now, but if he's pushing well, he can make the damage. Now the micro is gonna be crucial. There's one mangonel inside of that siege workshop with 2 mangonels and the crossbows. Oh, let's see the battle. Oh well, he didn't kill anything, but that was a good shot. That's a good micro, and that is a good one here for BacT. I would like to see that villager come in and repair the mangonel. And now with the mangonel and those crossbows, imagine rest if he was doing right now Botkin arrows. Sadly, he probably doesn't have resources, but with 8 range here, he will make a lot of damage, and he keep pushing.
A lot of damage, and you're absolutely correct. I did check his resources, and he is getting to Bodkin Arrow. Expect him to click it soon. I think that's what's on his mind. He just barely can afford it now, and ooh, he's opted for Wheelbarrow instead. He is repairing the Mangonel, like you said. By the way, with no loom. Gotta admire that. Dropping outposts everywhere. That's one of the reasons why he didn't go for a siege tower earlier, besides it being more of a fun thing, is that he just didn't know, like you said, what was actually inside TaToH's base. Would it be a bunch of town centers, or would it be a faster siege workshop already prepared for this? And the answer was it was a bunch of town centers, and the siege workshop came later. Great micro there by BacT, dropping outposts everywhere to make sure he has as much vision as possible, because he doesn't want to be surprised by anything, such as some stables, which would normally be out of his line of sight.
That mangonel kill is super important. Imagine if he's now taking the siege workshop down. I'm surprised also about the knights. Remember, they don't have the bloodlines, and he's really pushing. I'm really surprised for BacT today, going super aggressive. You can see how he's spending now a lot of villages on repairing that siege workshop, but it's important. But BacT is not killing a lot. He got a lot of archers, and I don't know, he's not really killing. He's losing also some archers and villages ahead. But TaToH got, like we were talking, 13 other villages. So sometimes those numbers are a little bit fake, because right now his effective villages are less. Now he's getting more. Ouch! But be careful, man. Be careful. That mangonel took the villager forward for BacT. But BacT is going all in. 2 mangonels, and at home. Oh, but BacT at home is smooth now. Market, 3 town centers, you see. And imagine now, if he was doing, he got 255 stone. He can make a tower, and he will take all his wood, man. All TaToH's wood. Wait, he's not doing a tower there in the middle. It would be amazing, that tower there. Okay, let's see if he's gonna make it or not.
I agree. He should absolutely make that tower there, as that would completely decimate TaToH's economy. One of the interesting things here, there are a lot of them, is that BacT only has 1 archery range producing currently, so that's why he has a small number of crossmen and needs to be extra careful about losing any of them. But with so many mangonels, he's realized, even with the Byzantines' extra bonus HP on their buildings, I can just destroy this blacksmith and market, destroy all these houses, and that is still a loss to TaToH, and has forced TaToH into what would normally be a suboptimal type of unit for their civilization, which would be the knight, because again, they don't have bloodlines. It looks like he's not training any of them yet, and instead has opted to put down 2 archer ranges and another market. So that's 175 wood down the drain. Some great eco damage here. Another thing is that also TaToH is forced to get loom because this archer rating, and I don't even know if BacT has it. Okay, he finally did get it. But 2 mangonels are coming, man.
2 mangonels. The micro creep is going to be crucial. The tower that we were mentioning before is going there, so he's now going to have to move a lot. Let's see those mangonel fight. That mangonel fight, he's not microing properly, not yet. TaToH was doing ground attack, but now with so many crossbows, 17 army overall, only TaToH got 4 mangonels. I don't know why he did a couple of stables, because actually he didn't use it at all. He did barely 1 or 2 nights. Oh, the mangonel down. Mangonel down. The micro is crucial. You got an outpost BacT, so you should be careful. Let's see if TaToH is gonna be able to take those mangonels or not. The amount of army from BacT is huge, so he could make more damage. You know what I think he should do now, BacT? Imagine 1 stable with couple of knights. Massive damage. Massive damage, because right now TaToH doesn't have even a monastery. If he was doing now a stable, couple of knights, he will, I don't even say that he take the game. The mangonel, he took it, and now he's gonna take another. He's gonna take it. Got it. Imagine now with the knights. Anyway, still 2 mangonels down, and another one. Got it. No. He didn't, man. Why it didn't happen? Why did it happen that? I thought that it was going to be bye-bye. Rest. Is this some kind of hack?
What kind of micro? This is pretty impressive by BacT here, managing to just barely scrape these shots and then land all the ones that he needs to. TaToH losing his mangonels, and as a result, he's going to have so much difficulty defending, especially from these battering rams coming in, and BacT is going all in with this castle. That's going to be so difficult to remove if you're stuck in the castle age. And a crucial part of the Britons versus Byzantines matchup is this extra range. The 8 range that these crossmen have barely outrange a mangonel, allowing you, if you have really good micro, to kind of come out on top. TaToH ended up transitioning into skirmishers. I think he wants the elite skirm upgrade, but like you said earlier as well, a single stable and a couple of knights would chew right through this. This castle's coming down, and really only the Byzantines can claw their way back from something like this because of their discounted Imperial Age, because you need a Treb for this castle. Oh, and also, BacT got to boom so much because of his discounted town centers.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm a little bit surprised that TaToH is still, well, he's 15 villages ahead. Now he's doing a lot of skirmishes. No, man, go back a little bit, go back. Those skirmishes are doing now a massive damage, and now TaToH with Botkin Arrow incoming and ballistic in mind what he can do. He's going to lose absolutely everything. Oh, well, the Mangler, he saved that. He saved that because he lost the knight, but with that Mangler, he's going to make the damage in those skirmishes. Still, he can push. He needs stables. Finally, he's doing the stables. This can be brutal. And BacT, Mr. Res and Viewers, has a stone to make another castle. What that means? If with that castle, he's taking now the siege war sub, can take 2 town centers and make, for example, where is the TC just forward that castle? Another one, he will force TaToH to go more and more back. Who is doing? But the difference and the map control, what resources will be able TaToH to gather?
Oh, the answer is not many, Mem. He does have a gold and a stone at the back, and he's making the correct play, which is take your economy, take Bikini Bottom, and move it somewhere else. He has moved it further south, where he has a gold and a stone mine, and if he can stall miraculously until he gets to the Imperial Age, he can remove all these forward castles and maybe stage the comeback of the century, but that's going to be so hard as he's lost so much of his economy. And the thing is he doesn't have enough eco at this point. He has to pick between either getting crucial blacksmith upgrades like that defense upgrade, padded archer armor, versus these Britain's crossbows, or scale barding armor for his knights, or try and get to the Imperial Age and shred this castle. He's in so much trouble because of that, and you know things are looking rough when your opponent is mining your stone. But TaToH going for that discounted imp because he knows what he's doing. Gotta get to imp, get those trebs out. Do you think he can do it, man?
Well, I don't know, because TaToH has balanced his economy so much to go up. And to make trebuchet first, he needs to make a castle. For now, he doesn't have, but maybe he can go chemistry and then go for bombard cannons. For now, we will see how he's still getting more and more map. In the south, we can see how he's walling the map completely, so he wants to be safe. I mean, BacT don't want to get raided. BacT economy is still not the best, but he's getting more and more map. And with that castle, bye-bye another goal. Bye-bye another goal. Now he's coming with the knights. This is what he needs. The knights with +2 upgrade, Mangonus Rams and another castle. Those skirmishes are going to go to the hell, man, because it's impossible to stop those. He needs a lot of pikes now, and even if he's going up to Imperial, if BacT play properly, raid a little bit more, and take those skirmishes, TaToH is in big troubles. Let's see, because Byzantines got that advantage, that going that fast to Imperial, maybe he can come back, but BacT is really raiding a lot now. Look at the police number and the idle time from TaToH.
Great job raiding here by BacT, and it was like I mentioned earlier in the game, if you're going to win this matchup, it's all about leveraging 2 things. Most importantly, the Byzantines' ability to get to the Imperial Age faster. So he'll either need to get some bombard cannons with chemistry or a trebuchet if he's going to survive this. And it looks like he's going to put down a defensive castle in a very well-placed location to protect his eco. He'll get to the Imperial Age so much faster than BacT, and now just get out a single treb. He's also taking advantage of the Byzantines' sheer variety in counter units. Sure, he doesn't have enough money right now to actually upgrade them, but being able to just get out some discounted pikemen is huge. He's going for my favorite Byzantines build, one of everything, and replacing his town centers. So many players forget to do that when they lose their eco, but he's trying to build it back. The trebuchet is coming out. Man, this game might not be over yet.
Yeah, it's not over. It's definitely not over, but I don't know. If BacT is just pushing, he's also in the south building double archery range, siege sub with the ram. He's taking all the map. Right now, it seems that he has 65% of the map. It's true that the Trebuchet can change well everything. Maybe I don't know. BacT is still now gathering more resources. 140 population, 124 BacT. What he should do also, BacT, in my opinion, skirmishers. They are cheap. And they can counter a lot of the army that TaToH can do. Why? Because TaToH, at this point, got almost no resources. He don't even have resources to make Bresser. You can see that he is still with the plus 2. The bikes are not even with a single upgrade. You know, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the only advantage he has is that he has 1 trap. But his economy is right now at the very limit. He's not repairing the castle, now he's repairing the castle, and BacT is doing the least skirmishes. This is the way to go. So, if he keeps pushing more and more, and he's able to go up to Imperial Age, and he will, because look his economy, TaToH is still in troubles. But the game, for the first game, an amazing one.
And the Britain skirmishers are good too. This is an amazing game. Wow, all those mangonel shots. BacT coming in here. The sniper picks off that lone trebuchet, which was perhaps just a bit too far forward. But the thing is that TaToH tried to keep it close to his castle, as safe as possible, and just in range of BacT's castles, because BacT didn't make the mistake of building them too far forward. Instead, he wanted to make sure that he got to block off TaToH from his main gold and his main stone mine, strip mine all those resources, salt the earth, so that way, in case he loses his forward, he's future-proofing himself for the rest of the game. But meanwhile, we've got a problem on the bottom of the map, like you mentioned. Outposts on both sides, and TaToH, I don't believe, can afford another castle, but he really needs one on the bottom side of the map to protect from that raiding. He's putting unit production facilities everywhere. He's finally stockpiling some resources, and BacT is going to imp.
Yeah, we forgot something to mention that is really important. BacT is going to Imperial, yeah, but you can see in the spec overlay. We probably didn't notice, guys. You probably did it. It's a Tyrant. Tyrant? Who forget that clan? Nobody, right? BacT was a Tyrant, so we have Tyrant versus Secret. You thought that Tyrant is dead? It's not, man. He's still there. He keeps the tag, the Tyrant. What that means? That now he's playing as a Tyrant 1. He's playing super aggressive BacT. But TaToH is defending like a warrior. You can see his population under the pressure, 160. And now he can spam skirmishes forever. Why? They are so cheap. They are extremely cheap. But the problem is that he still have a lot of map control. And TaToH resources now, yeah, they are good, but he's even housed. He's not doing trebuchet. Why? Because he's getting raided in the south, and now I believe that BacT will prepare a push in the north. What he should go? TaToH is doing halberdiers. Well, BacT lightcaps, come on, man. What you need to do is, in my opinion, I don't know what you think, and I would love to see also the Werewolf upgrade. That is amazing. I would love to see that, but man, over boom BacT, 147 villages, 25 army, while now TaToH 42. BacT, you need, in my opinion, arbalest, skirmishes, and trebuchet. Nothing else he needs.
Yeah, I think he did overboom just a little bit because he was desperately trying to get to the Imperial Age to resolve this massive economic discrepancy and technology discrepancy. Like, he's had a huge military lead the entire game, but all of these upgrades for TaToH, it's really the upgrades that are making the biggest difference here. Those elite skirms are now fully upgraded. You know, 2-man saws coming out. The chemistry upgrade, I think, was a great choice from TaToH, which will allow him to slowly move the line forward, demolish all these buildings, while also protecting himself against opposing mangonels and trebuchets. Now he's deploying all of his trebs at the front of his base and using his bombard cannon to strategically pick off each of those mangonels which weren't being watched. This is when the sheer diversity and flexibility that the Byzantines have really come into play, and now it's up to BacT to try and get all of his technologies out, abuse those arbalests with yeoman and maximum range, get even more elite skirmishers out. I feel like you said, the light cap aren't too impressive here, but he's just looking for something to beat these skirms. And I feel like maybe onagers would be better or something. What do you think?
But what I think is that BacT resources is looking like Michi resources, little by little. And he has, no, man, look at this. Right. He lost the castle now, and he's housed. He needs to make, look at the castle he's doing. I don't know. but he needs houses, and he doesn't need to delete villages. 160 villages with Britons is just massive. It's a lot. You need army. You need the opposite. While TaToH got 70 army. 70 army. Siege rams gonna be really complicated to stop. The siege rams it's also what it makes very dangerous, the Byzantines. And don't be so surprised if TaToH managed some resources, something that he love it. He needs some food. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Ones and try to cut wood and then raid back the economy. In this map, as soon as he can do that, TaToH is always doing. BacT is now doing conscription again, but BacT resources, amigos.
It's me.
Almost 3,000 food. 800 gold and 1,000 wood, but still only 30 military. Imagine how much army he could do with this. I don't know what he's planning to do. He has stables, but now he's doing what? More archery range. Well, in the south, he's cleaning all that. Why he focus there, Rest? I don't understand why he focus in the south. He should focus where he has the castle and prepare a good push. But now TaToH is pushing him back completely. 200 pop with a much better distribution. 71 army, and he keeps doing more. And probably if TaToH delete villages, it would be even better for him because he could go easily with Byzantines over 100 army.
I mean, the only explanation is that BacT is researching guilds really, really early, so that way he can trade all of his resources and hoard a bunch of bitcoins. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like he has significantly overboomed, something that doesn't typically happen too much, but there's honestly too much of a good thing that can happen. He has too many villagers. I think he actually needs to delete some pronto, or he's going to get overwhelmed by TaToH's superior eco balance, and as well as his cheaper military units, which means the Byzantines get to use fewer villagers overall and still maintain a large army. I also agree that it's a little strange that BacT decided to push on the bottom side of the map. While normally that would be really, really powerful, and the light cav are coming in now, the thing is I feel like you only want to open up another front when on the previous front, the primary one, is actually being stalled out. Looks like TaToH is going to throw away his siege rams here and get thrusted by some other rams and just completely collapse, but he's going to start adding in some halberdiers as the techs roll out. Things are looking risky for BacT unless he starts deleting vills, and it looks like he's got a couple down. But really, he had so much momentum on the top side, man, like so much. I don't think he needed to switch sides. I think he could have continued pushing there.
Do you know what can help? What can help to BacT? He's doing the other upgrade. If his TaToH is doing what I mentioned, if he's cutting and trying to raid, that can help BacT to get a lot of farming. Because right now, he got over 2,000 food and 2,500 gold. Imagine the amount of farming he can do. And also, I don't know, for example, in this situation, why the players are not thinking to make champions. He got halts and skirmishes. He make 30, 40 champions and he kill everything. With the armor they have, he is doing all the, you can see chainmail armor now, but I don't see, now he's doing a lot of barracks. So I believe he will do champions because halberdiers make no sense here. The other guy is not coming with cavalry, but now finally, BacT is deleting some villages, and look at now the amount of army he's getting, and so dangerous. Those Arbalest, still without Geoman, but 10 range, and BacT, men at arms, plate mail armor, so the champions is going to happen. No, really, I was going to say sack, rest. Champions with the skirmishes and on some Arbalest with that range, how do you stop them with Byzantines?
It's really difficult. You're going to have to start mixing in hand cannoneers, and the Britons are one of the best civilizations at completely dismantling any attempt at using hand cannoneers to counter them because of the massive, massive range advantage. So I completely agree. Champions are an underrated unit. They are the trash slayer, and the Byzantines are the trash unit civilization. They're the civ that makes all those units that don't cost gold. And the champions, I think, would be the perfect choice here. Things like cataphracts and whatnot, which would be great against champions, but generally are too expensive, again, get demolished by Britain's Arbalest. The game is going on longer and longer, and it's just like I described earlier, BacT's finally deleted a ton of his villagers. He's now down to a very reasonable, modest 131, getting that yeoman, getting that long swordsman, and now that he's got all the upgrades, well, the Byzantines, jack of all trades, master of none.
They were wolves, man. I want to see World Wolf, please.
I do
want to
too.
see the trebuchets with a hundred accuracy. Anyway, we can now focus completely in this push. And the push is gonna happen? No, it's not gonna happen. It's happening right now. This is a lot of rams. Look at those Arbalest skirmishes. TaToH is coming with the honor. We can see some crazy badaboom. Look at that honor coming. He should focus a little bit, but he doesn't even need it because there's a lot of army. And with 81 military, is TaToH gonna be able to hold? I don't think so. Why? Because I believe that the quality of the army composition from BacT is now higher than TaToH. Arbalest with Gentleman, 11 range, doing a forward castle, and that castle is taking again that main goal. So what is the goal incoming now from TaToH? I'm gonna tell you soon. One relic is the only goal incoming. So with that army, with the skirmishes and siege rams, you're gonna be able, well, if he didn't have the champions coming, but those are 200 swords +4/+4 coming, and with that army, he should be able to stop the siege rams. Let's see how it's gonna be the micro. But for now, the game, for the first game of this final, guys, is just absolutely amazing. Come on, Rez, who is gonna stop those siege rams? He's gonna stop it or not?
It's gonna take those light cavalry, but the palisade wall blocks the way. They will be able to do it though, because those siege rams do actually have negative melee armor. This castle, I think, will survive, even though it has minimal upgrades. The siege rams are coming in, but really, I would like to see more trebs, more bombards. But he's making a ton of siege rams, though, just to absorb that archer fire and try and force BacT into making things like light cavalry that he doesn't know about the champions. As now they're coming in, and they're gonna just shred right through the Rams Skirm army comp. Like you said, BacT now has the superior army comp. Previously, it was with TaToH. The momentum has switched, and I'm really worried for him. I feel like as soon as BacT gets siege engineers, they're just slowly gonna crumble for TaToH. I don't really know what exactly he could build here to actually push back on this, that he would have the economy for. I think not grabbing a lot of those relics earlier on the game and being zoned off that main gold is crucial, man.
Well, BacT got now 2 relics even. I think BacT did a little mistake. I don't know if he's gonna pay it off because he sent the champions basically alone. And remember that the range units, guys, if you don't micro them properly, they always shoot first to the siege units. And all those Arbalest, they were doing that. We're just shooting to the rams, so the champions were gone, lost without doing so much impact. And now TaToH, since he got a super cheap economy, and now he's cutting in the middle with the honors and rams, and he can raid a lot because the army composition now from TaToH is, well, I wouldn't say better, but a lot of army, almost 100 units. Now drop it a little bit, the siege rams are coming, and the economy is gonna be raided, but BacT is still with 200 population. This is so risky. He's trying to go aggressive, but now he's gonna be also little bit exposed at home and taking all the rallies. We will see Siege Ramsey coming with a lot of outs and skirmishes. What is he doing now? You need to send all the army, Mr. BacT. But he's gonna stop this. We will see. Still, maybe this is gonna help BacT to make more army. I still think that he should have a lot more with Britons.
I agree, he should have a lot more, and go them as BacT now suddenly on the back foot. If only he was the Spanish and had supremacy, because now he uses villagers to dismantle these siege rams. That's not going to work. So what do? In a desperate situation like this? You cut through the middle and you go straight for the throat. Go for the eco. This is one of the downsides, and one of the reasons why Age of Empires is such a well-designed game, one of my favorite games of all time to cast, is because, and I've been doing it for so many years, it's because you put all these castles forward in your opponent's base. Where the castles in your own base? They're not there. Which means now you have to pull back all your military units, give TaToH a little bit of map control, maybe he'll consider flirting with some relics, you never know. In the meantime, this could be his big break. He took down the main town center from BacT and is doing some raiding. I wonder if this will be enough to hold the line.
Well, this is start to be a little bit too much, because I was telling that maybe that he's losing some bellies is good for his army. It's true that now he has more army than TaToH. But be careful, BacT, because if the game keep going longer and longer and you keep losing bellies, now you are 92 bellies and 36 are idle. But in the south, skirmishes and a lot of army for BacT. In the north, A lot of skirmishes, arbalists, and one trap, but the siege rams is still being really hard to stop. But now on his base, BacT is doing 2 extra TCs and he stopped it completely. And I told you, he's gonna help BacT to balance his army composition. Definitely 110 army right now. 110 army, a lot of army, man. And then he's telling, thank you, TaToH, to help me to don't let village. But this, the Rams, you need to stop the Rams, and somehow you need to push and raid TaToH. Otherwise, TaToH can produce army forever. He has 2,000 food in the bank. Well, now less because he's spamming everything, and 1,400. The problem for TaToH is, well, and now also for BacT, the goal. They only have now 2 relics, and well, let's see if he's gonna be able to stop. I still believe that with the Britons' range should be stronger. The problem is that the range, remember, rest is in the arbalist, gold units. And when you are not gonna be able to do it, the trash units might be better for Byzantines.
Yeah, I mean, they are. He's saving money. And in the later stages of the game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've reached the Age of Empires Singularity. It's a magical point in the game where people just forget to replace their lost villagers. You've seen it, I've seen it, your teammates every single game. Clock ticks 1 hour, boom. They just forget to actually replace any lost villas. So we will see if BacT actually rebuilds his eco a bit, because he is at 91 villagers compared to 110, which is a little bit of a healthier number. So BacT could actually start running out of food. He's got 5,000 wood in the bank, which I think he might want to sell. You're right, these arbalests are great, but in the end, he's just losing so much gold that TaToH might be able to starve him out, and this economy was absolutely crippled. I think the champions are a great, cheap way to deal with this type of army comp without wasting too much gold in the process.
I'm checking
It's
rest.
gonna be tough.
Look, I'm checking what you are telling right now. He got 20 farmers, which is impossible to push or to keep holding against Byzantines with 20 farmers. He needs exactly to do what you said, to relocate all his villages and make much more farmers than Lumberjack, because he has 7,000 almost wood. That's crazy. TaToH is doing plate barding army, and imagine he's not gonna be able because he doesn't have the gold, but he could make hussars. Yeah, they don't have bloodlines, but hey, BacT didn't research the halves, so I insist. If the game keeps going, be careful with the Byzantines. But now BacT seems to be pushing more and more. He's bringing villages to make what? Well, a forward TC, because he knows that now the siege is so expensive. So he might be confident to make a TC there and gather the main goal for TaToH. First game, well, I don't know what people were thinking, and what do you think? Rest, who was the favorite, but doesn't matter who is the favorite anymore. First game, 1 hour, 10 minutes already, guys. Stay absolutely tuned, because it's only the start of this amazing series. And Hideout, you know why you love it now, this map, right? Because of the battle we are getting now.
Oh, definitely. And if you guys enjoy our co-casting, please do check out our respective Twitch and YouTube channels. We really appreciate it, as always. This is a classic Age of Empires 2 game that I love in a nutshell. This right here, this main gold mine, which belongs to TaToH, by the way, that's his, let's not forget that, is going to be likely the decisive factor in this game, because both players are very poor. Interesting to see BacT not actually have access to Halberdier, because at this point in the game, it's really difficult to get 600 gold. So, and Hussars are much better than Light Cav with no bloodlines. This one gold mine could prove to be decisive. You just need a little bit more cash to produce just a bit more siege and champions and push through this. But the Byzantines buildings, they're a little bit too tanky. Will we see TaToH able to starve out BacT? Because I think it's looking a little grim. He did a ton of damage to the eco. But he's just got to stall a bit more and get control of that gold mine.
He has the goal at the control, and he's doing exactly what he needs now, Trebuchet. You need to go with the siege. The game is in a moment that right now BacT can push and get the first one. You can see 102 villages is okay. BacT got now, well, 50 farmers. I will make a little bit more. But this is a lot of farming from it's skirmishes versus skirmishes. But those arbalists, you see, they cannot reach those arbalists. For that reason, now he put 1-2 steps ahead with the skirmishes, because he saw how those arbalets were doing the damage. But Trebuchet, go. If he take the castle, he can make a lot of damage. Now some light gas will be needed as well, but definitely he's at the very limit. You need more farmers back. It's impossible to have over 7,000 wood and zero food. Zero food, man. It's really, really difficult here. And imagine, almost a stone to make another castle. Imagine where the Trebuchet it is if now BacT makes the castle. Another thing, if you guys check the mini-map, Zach, Res, 75% belong to BacT. He's basically cornered TaToH. He's in a really bad position now, I think.
Yeah, the map control is decisively in favor of BacT, and even though there aren't that many gold units in BacT's army because he is running out of cash, he currently controls the gold mine. He controls the hill, and this means that he will be able to produce just a few extra champions, siege rams, and arbalest, and those are a real pain in the butt to deal with if you happen to have no gold. This is such a close game, but once all of this gold is strip mined, there is basically nothing left, and then it's going to come down to map control, clever use of the market, some potential big plays, maybe another cut is necessary. There are actually two fronts going on right now, and I mentioned that 600 gold threshold earlier. Also applies to Hussar, unfortunately. That's a pretty overpriced upgrade. And so TaToH doesn't actually have it, and he doesn't have Blast Furnace either. This is close, but I think he's going to get pushed
now. Look, BacT is getting now, because in the north, he's killing absolutely everything. Now he has to Trebuchet. Look at the population. Finally, drop it in military for TaToH. He's taking that castle, and if he buy a handed stone, he can make a castle here, Res, where he's just attacking. And I insist that can be crucial. He's still fighting in the south, but this is, in my opinion, good for BacT because now he's spending a lot in the south. But why? What he got here? He wants to stop the push? Well, maybe that's the problem. TaToH need to defend in two spots, and right now 93 military, 59 army. And now who has the overboon? And I say overboon in quotes because TaToH is 140 billions because his economy is at the very limit. And what happens when your economy is at the limit? That you try to keep doing village because you feel like you need it. You need it and make more and more farmers. But now BacT is even raiding with the light caps. So this is getting closer and closer. But TaToH is trying because he is a warrior and he's Spanish. Now that I cannot say. And look at those threats. Arbalest, skirmishes, and keep pushing more and more. 1, 2 Trebuchet, and well, I don't know how he can stop this. It's gonna be really complicated, but TaToH will try, and we'll keep trying to push him back. But BacT economy is right now, thanks to the gold, he might in a much better situation. Why he's not buying to make another castle? Press.
I think he should.
A castle will be crucial there.
I agree. I think he should. I also think there's a relic that's been sitting here awkwardly all game and needs a friend badly. And I think that the relic would help out quite a bit. So, BacT managed to actually take down that castle, which was in a critical location to actually defend most of TaToH's economy. And TaToH got heavily raided there by some light cav. Great play there by BacT, weakened that eco, and BacT actually did replace a decent amount of lost villagers, actually getting his farmer count up to like a whopping 60. He's moving forward with the trebuchets, dropping down another castle. Even though TaToH miraculously won the battle on the lost side, on the bottom side, he's now lost it yet again, and I think this is going to be it. And one of the things I wanted to mention earlier, another reason that the Britons, even though in a low gold situation, the Byzantines you think would have the edge, it's just having a little bit of gold gives the Britons the edge, especially because they have siege engineers, which I think would really help push through these Byzantine buildings. But with TaToH being housed, his economy in shambles, I think now it is time. What a crazy epic game, man, but I think...
Yeah, it's time. It's time to call it. I think he didn't use the siege engineer because he didn't use also Onages. And well, he's with the trebuchet, he's one range more. The trebs are 16. Now he's pushing completely. Village number is almost the same, but military is getting close to double. TaToH has no castles. He has no map. He's holding a little bit on the bottom. Now he's also raiding the lumberjacks. Village for the first time in a long time. BacT will have even more than him. And yeah, he doesn't resign because he feels that he still have a good population and Byzantines can expand forever. But forever is gonna be probably not possible anymore since he has no food and he keep pushing little by little. It's really complicated, and these players spam super fast because they are super strong, and with the multi-queue option also, if you control that option really great, you can spam like crazy. And since they are so cheap, it's very difficult to finish the game. You can see that now he's coming with 4 Siege Rams trying to counter. It's true that BacT is coming with the Cap Rams, but Siege Rams are much better than those Cap Rams. Oh, look at those Siege Rams. Break that.
He got the relic.
He's going, man. Yeah, man. And now with those skirmishes and the light caps, come on, man. He's gonna finish or not? Whoa! What is that trebuchet forward? Okay, he's gonna lose it. Don't lose that. You need to keep everything. But now BacT, yeah, this is why he's pushing over 4,000 food. Why you don't sell a little bit to get some gold? Anyway, Siege Rams incoming, and now TaToH, incredible. He was half the military. Look now his army with Byzantines, over 100. When one player is losing billions rest, the other is doing, well, that player is doing a lot of army. Look at this.
I guess one odd downside of raiding, if you want to be expanding brain and think on a whole new level of break the meta, is if you get raided and lose a bunch of villagers, that just gives you more room for a ton of army if you were stockpiling for some reason. And if your units cost basically nothing because you're the Britons, the Byzantines, then, well, there you go. That's pretty good. He's somehow miraculously holding on, but I really feel like at some point he's just inevitably going to lose because he just doesn't have map control. He's been boxing this corner the entire game, and his economy is going to keep sustaining damage over and over and over again. And this army will peter out. You can only throw so much trash into the fire before it eventually completely turns to ashes and gets burned out. By the way, Siege Engineers does not cost gold, so think about it, everybody. Think about it.
Well, now BacT, look what is happening with this game. I mean, this is crazy. Now BacT out of wood, 0 wood, and now 5,000 food. Well, I don't know how to analyze this game. It's really complicated. I see in the chat, such a mess game. Well, they are just spamming now. This reminds me of those deathmatch games that you are spamming in the late game. All the trash unit, that castle that was amazing is gone. But now again, TaToH at the limit, 77 villages, 74 army, coming with the Siege Ram light cap trying to kill those skirmishes. This is crazy. But in the south, you can see how the raiding from BacT is brutal. This is what is giving him the game. He's sending so many light caps, and what? He's gonna make in the corner there at 9 o'clock. Stables on his base. He's sending billions there. This is what he wants. I am on BacT point of view, and I see that he wants to build. Okay, he deleted because he got 0 wood. That's crazy. But he keep raiding completely in the south. But then TaToH recovering the north. What is this? TaToH now 0, literally 0 wood. Well, balance economy. 0 wood, 0 wood, 0 gold, and 0 stone with 51 villagers. Come on, TaToH can't keep producing absolutely anything. He is GG, and he's calling the GG. What a first game, guys. Come on, analyze this if you can, Mr. Res.
Well, this was an exercise in stamina, I would like to say. What an excellent game. And, man, this is one of many reasons I love co-casting with you, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this. And hopefully you all understand now why the Byzantines are classified as a defensive civilization. Being a defensive type Pokemon means that they can, wall themselves into the corner and hold out for a very long time, even with a minimal amount of villagers. And eventually, though, he's going to run out of money. And that's when he calls game. I feel like that was an appropriate time to call a game, although he probably could have called it like maybe 10 minutes earlier if he wanted to. It's, as I explained earlier on the game, it's going to be momentum swings back and forth between the two civilizations based off their power spikes. The Britons have the slightly better, feudal and castle age, but then the Byzantines get this huge early imperial age where they can get that technology lead, leverage that, and just blow your opponent back. But if the game goes on for 30,000 years, then the Britons, they've got champions with Blast Furnace, which BacT made all the right units they needed to do. He kept applying pressure. I think TaToH made some huge decisive plays that almost flipped the map in his favor by actually cutting through the middle. But in the end, it just wasn't enough, as it's really difficult to deal with the champions and the Arbalest with so much range. The Rams, by the way, everybody, are just not only for pushing, but they also really help with absorbing the Elite Skirm and Arbalest damage. Overall, this was an absolutely excellent game, and what a great way to start off the series.
Yeah, it's great. And we can check now the achievements with Zach. We can see how in unit kills, we can see BacT kill 300 units more. 300 units more. That means that he was getting the initiative during all the game. 300 units more is a lot, because we see many of those long games that they are like 50-50, but no, he was killing a lot. 300 units more. Largest army at the end, it was almost the same. The economy, you can see how BacT did 10,000 more food. The wood was very similar, 1,000 more for TaToH, but the stone, BacT 3,000 more, and gold 6,000 more as well. Then, if we focus in the timeline, which is gonna be really nice, because it's gonna help to understand what happened here. We can see how BacT has got more army during all Castle Age, right? TaToH was basically booming, didn't got a lot, but then when TaToH reached Imperial, he boosted his army, he pushed him back, but there was a point that it happened the opposite. In the middle Imperial Age, you can see how BacT, when he got killed some of those villages, make a lot of army, and after that, he couldn't counter the Britain's range and the Britain's composition. But also, I really think that BacT, we saw in the economy, he got much better economy, and he could afford that army for a longer time.
Yeah, this was an absolutely fantastic game, then. I'm going to be right back after that one, as that was quite a long one. I'm going to grab a glass of water, and I'm really looking forward to Game 2 in the series, and I hope you all are too. Again, you can find the VODs on our respective YouTube pages as well as the ECL YouTube page, and thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, we'll be right back with the next game in just a moment. Let me grab some water.
Yeah, well, the awesome next game. Oh, sorry, man, but I'm just jumping in there. I want to say that was a sick start to the series, and BacT coming out strong. You know, there was a point in that game where I thought TaToH would push it back, and I think in the end it all came down to the gold in TaToH's base. I don't know what you think about that, but if BacT hadn't got that gold, and he was gold starved against the Byzantines, I think it would have been over at that point.
100%, because I really think that it's really difficult to stop the siege rams. But the problem is that I think TaToH couldn't have enough economy to make a strong push, you know. And you saw in the achievements before that I was doing the mention, 6,000 gold difference in a 1 versus 1 is a lot. It is really, really a lot. And there was a point that TaToH was, sending rams, but how many? 1 by 1, and couldn't make bombard cannons and all, trebuchet, so it was very difficult for him.
Yeah, awesome game, though. Very, very nice indeed. And we'll be getting our second game going in just a moment. Just a reminder to everyone that you can enter the giveaway to win an HTC Vive Pro. If you want to try virtual reality, that's the thing you need to do it, and it's awesome, and I could highly recommend it. So you can enter the giveaway for free. Just click on the link below the stream, and if you guys are ready, you can enter it too. But
what you don't tell me, man? Well, I will.
I'm telling you now.
I will create, Zach. I will create another account. I don't want that it looks rigged. Okay.
Anyone can enter, but you're not gonna win it, man.
Thank you. Okay, so you are telling me, ma'am, save time, don't make a new account, because I will be looking at you.
I'll find out if it's you.
Well, okay. I will keep casting.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Too greedy.
Is Rez back?
I think he's dead, man.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I'm so excited with the next games, Arabia and Desert. It's amazing. So those two games are going to happen 100%. Amazing. Dry River. Oh man! And for the last game, Zach, Mediterranean. What an amazing can be Mediterranean. Come on. We want to see Arabia Desert and Dry River. Mediterranean.
Will we get there? I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, Arabia coming up next. That's going to be super exciting. Always a fan of Arabia, and definitely look forward to seeing that one play out.
I am back, by the way. Thank you. I had to get some water.
No problem. Hopefully, we'll see BacT putting in another great performance, because I think most people would agree TaToH is the favorite in this series. Just look at the games won lost by Secret. Like Secret have won 15 games and lost 3 so far this whole tournament. VNA have won 5 and lost 6. So just looking at that alone, gives us the impression that TaToH would be the favored player. But I'm going to stop talking and let you guys do the talking instead, as we're going to go into Arabia for the next game here.
Well, for this game, I want to tell to you guys, I have been casting the other games in my channel, and I think, if I'm not wrong, the only game that BacT lost was the one that he was defensive. Today, when he went aggressive, he got the game, which is absolutely great to see BacT in a good shape. And right now, guys, no more waiting, because the game is going to be there in the screen super, super fast. And there we go. This is, yes, the second game after the first game, Escape Champions League, and we got a Hans War. And you might say, Hans War? Oh man, oh man. If you watched the last weekend, Team versus Leader with the Hans War, stay absolutely tuned. With me is Resonance 22, and this is Arabia. Who doesn't like Arabia? Come on, Res. Who doesn't like Arabia? BacT as a blue and TaToH as a red. Come on.
Oh, I actually love Arabia, and we actually get to see them, the classic Huns versus Huns Arabia. And I know that some people are like, I've been watching that for years. And for me, I've been watching that for maybe even more years. But it's been a while since I get to see that, and I actually thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's a really high skill cap matchup, just like how I enjoy the old style galley micro, even though sometimes it could be a bit repetitive. I'm super hyped for this game, especially after the previous one. So if you haven't seen game one, make sure you do. And again, always a pleasure to be casting with you, man. My name is Resonance22, guys, and let's get in to game two in what seems like is going to be an epic series between BacT and TaToH.
We can analyze now the maps. I am on BacT point of view, and look at the goal at the back. There would also at the back, but there is a big hill incoming here. The performance with those hills is not the best to gather all the resources, and also you have to be careful, because if you get some rush, it can be really complicated. You always prefer a flat area, like it happened, for example, in front, that is more or less completely flat on the left. He has berries, stone forward, but also on the right side, many hills. The deers are not really far from the town center, all right? And then if we check TaToH map, we see that the wood is at the back, but, well, it's okay. It is okay. I was thinking that it could be a little bit far, but no, it's okay. And then in front, there is two big cliffs that looks his map a little bit like Mongolia, and he can wall easily that area. But the main goal, pretty forward, and all the other part of the map, you can see, very open, with the stone, that's truth, at the back. Who get a better map for you, Mr. Res?
Well, right now, I'm actually following BacT's scout, as it looks like he has located TaToH's boar, as well as his forage bushes, and I'm interested to see if he's going to actually steal it. And he is. Nice, nice, nice. And now TaToH must be on the retreat and seeing if he can stop that boar steal. Will he be able to do it? In order to do it, he must body block the boar by blocking it with the hitbox of his own scout, as well as try and deal as much damage as possible to BacT's own scout, get it to spaz out, and hopefully it may end up dying. Will this boar get away? Oh, TaToH's got the hill advantage. He's got the high ground. He's doing some damage. Oh, ooh, he tries to get the body block to get that boar in there closer. Can he do it, man?
Oh, but send a Villier fast. Let's see if the boar is gonna be lazy. He's gonna be a lazy boar. No. It's a no. You see the last second. I hate when that happened. Well, this is when you see that boar that close, and then in the last second the boar is not lazy. That, guys, is a MBL boar, guys. You know what that means, MBL boar? He's going back. He's active, and he's going back to home. Damn it. Well, with Hans, one boar less, it's probably have even more impact than with the others. And since he's already over 6 minutes without the boar, wasn't be able to push the deer, so his economy will suffer. But right now, the boar is back in time to get the second. That's crazy, man.
Wow. What a miracle there for TaToH. And I can't tell you how many times that has happened to me and has also happened to others. Oh, man. That is sad for BacT. So close, but he didn't quite send the villager in time. That's some excellent body blocking by TaToH. People used to ask me, you know, Renaissance,
let me
why you spend
interrupt
so
you
much
for a
time on
second.
Dodo? Oh, yeah?
Let me interrupt you. Let's just switch, Zach, if you want, the colors, because it seems that people is complaining like TaToH was blue before and BacT red, and we keep the colors for all the cities, and then people is not telling anymore, and so we put TaToH as a blue, BacT as a red. Sorry, Resonance, and let's go.
No problem. I was going to say, people used to ask me, Renaissance 22, why you play so much Dota? Because the body blocking with the scouts feel right at home. It's so much fun to actually do that in a good game. And the Huns versus Huns matchup, I'm actually looking forward to. The Huns are a powerhouse on Arabia, particularly because they save so much wood over the course of the game by not having to build houses. It's absolutely fantastic. They get the discounted cav archers. They're a lot better balanced now than they used to be, though. And it looks like we're going to see a 3 militia drush on the way, combined with a forward. So he's got 4 villagers on the way. Are we going to see towers? I assume we're going to see the men-at-arms upgrade here as well. But, do you think TaToH actually has the map to defend against this? Because right now he's doing some very nice wall-offs, as well as his own stone mine for defensive towers, because he's scouted this. This is how you respond. Well played. Nice.
Yeah, well played, but he has a problem here. If BacT play properly, and I am on BacT point of view, Fog of War, he can see those 2 goals. He want to get the goal and denied him. But what happened? He need to find the other goal at the back. Here, TaToH is well defended for sure. He has the walls and he has also mining already a stone. But, oh my God, look at that tower. The berries is really important in the start. He should make a counter tower and he's doing. And that tower is amazing because you cannot fight against that since he's in the range of the town center. So TaToH should be just fine for now. But I insist. If now BacT is mining a stone at home and he should mine and make a mining camp, it will be a problem if he's not finishing the tower. This is a good decision. But he got lucky. Now he's out of the range and he's taking the berries. He's also moved by BacT. He's also moved by BacT because the berries, that is really important food now, is going to be bye-bye for TaToH.
Oh, yeah. Now, I love this decision by BacT to actually focus on the berries, because at this point in the game, usually players have around 4 bushes remaining, maybe 5. It's usually about 4. And that's a huge source of food because you can't afford to heavily commit to farms in the early game because you don't have enough lumberjacks yet. And that can really screw with your opponent's economy a lot. It's going to force TaToH to adapt. I love how he has segmented off his base, and he has such a safe wood line and such a main stone mine. But Memb, his gold is being threatened. So he's going to have to try and defend against this with no gold whatsoever. So TaToH's got a wood line, but no berries and no gold. What can you do with that?
That's really, really terrible. Well, the only choice he has right now is to defend with some towers and try to go full skirmishes, all style for now. Don't let him go more in, but definitely what he needs is to attack BacT base. Why? Because if you are getting pushed all the time defending and you are unable to mine gold and don't make damage to your opponent, you will be always behind. The gold is crucial here, and even if you can get some good economy and make a market, it's gonna be really, really complicated. I believe that BacT will not only lame the gold like he's doing right now. I guess that he will try to lame all the gold, and that will give him a big advantage. Now he's dropping the archery range really close to his base, and let's see if TaToH is gonna go aggressive at home to BacT. BacT, in my opinion, he will need some defense and make some walls at home. Otherwise, he can be in some problems later, but not now, because without fletching, without plasming, that army he has, TaToH, is just, it's not gonna make any damage. Only 3 armies. So let's see, map control again, it's really important, and Res, and he's going to the north. Gonna make a tower. We will see.
I think he's going to try and make sure that the other gold mine is also sufficiently blocked off. And this means that should things go south for BacT, both figuratively and literally, that it's going to be so difficult for TaToH to actually mine that gold. It's all about stalling and salting the earth as you claim it. He is going to go for the tower here first, which I think is fine. Just give him a little bit of extra vision, zone off any potential lumberjacks in that wood line. I love the outpost there just to get as much vision as possible. I think TaToH has done a great job of using the fact that he does have a free stone line and is surrounding himself with towers. How BacT has reacted to the situation is phenomenal. A board deal gone sour, but he used that scouting information to make this play.
but he can get in. He's not taking the risk to get in. I mean, the BacT, is out of the range of that tower. It's true that now TaToH is going with 2 spears, 1 archer, and 2 skirmishes in the south, but that army is basically nothing, not going to make any damage, also without fletching. Even with village, you can fight properly, no problem. Probably TaToH is trying to explore to see how is his base and what he has, because if you check right now, TaToH point of view, fog of war, he didn't explore till now BacT base. Nothing. Now he's going and trying to explore, so maybe he will drop and... Well, if I was TaToH, I would go stable, man. I would go stable.
The gates are here.
The gates. Stone gate, so nothing. And market, come on, man. Even overreact, I would say. But remember, this is what we are talking with Zach in the start of the game. They don't see like we do everything. With the fog of war, we can see that BacT cannot see what TaToH was bringing. Now he can see that it's only 2 spears, the archer, and the skirmishes. But with 1 tower, double gate, and the market, he's completely safe. Market, maybe too early, but market is always good to have to balance the economy.
Oh, absolutely. It's really, really underrated, I think, for actually rebalancing eco, especially as the game goes on. I was going to say that BacT, yeah, is very vulnerable at home, and it usually is a big drawback to go for a forward like this. However, he did build a spearman to protect himself from any potential scouts, because scouts don't cost gold. And this trash army, these spearmen and skirmishers, they don't really do much damage to villagers. This isn't something that I think BacT has to be too concerned about, although his stone mine is being threatened. That defensive tower, very well positioned from him. I like how he's using the thick hitboxes on his buildings. You might not like it, but that's the ideal building body. And, well, skirmisher goes down, spearman goes down, wolf joins the fray. No more stone for BacT, but I think he's okay with that.
He's okay. I think he should make a tower in the wood. I don't know what he's not doing. And honestly, if we check the resources for TaToH that are really great, I think he should go exactly what he's doing perfect. But he's going to go Castle Age, or he will spam scouts. Because if you go Castle Age now, without any gold, he's going to Castle Age right away. So he's probably mining more and more stone. Look at that transition to Castle Age, amazing. 22 minutes 59 seconds without gold, so he will just sell resources. BacT is not even close to go up, and BacT for a while, for a really a while, is not doing any damage to TaToH. So to be honest, even if you don't have gold, imagine if he's standing now a couple of nights at home to BacT, he will be in big troubles. And TaToH, without, well, with a couple of towers and few palisades and 0 gold, he's doing an amazing job to make the damage now and probably take BacT. What do you think? Well,
oh, this is brilliant. Man, I just think this is absolutely brilliant. And we've got a little bit of a skirmish going on between some skirmishers, as they'll be focus firing down the spearmen. They do get a tiny little attack bonus versus that, but the minimum range on the skirms always makes those fights super awkward. BacT will probably come out on top of this little engagement over here on the hill, but the bigger picture is what your boy TaToH can do with no gold, stone, and a safe wood line. The answer is he can do so many things. He's got his market in the corner, he's got his blacksmith, and he's buying his way to the Castle Age. Dude's getting bloodlines, double stables. BacT's in so much trouble because his base is so open, and he doesn't know what's coming. TaToH is showing us that while map control is super important, at the end of the day, the element of surprise is one of the strongest elements in the periodic table. I hope we're ready for some knights.
Well, but they think that what he's going to do is light cast.
Ooh, that works too.
There you go. He's light cast because he has no goal. For that, he did some scout, but this, if BacT played properly, look at those walls. He couldn't wall it in time. The BacT gates didn't work out now, and BacT, it's also Castle Age now with the same amount of villas. Really, TaToH need to make good damage because it's still without gold gonna be really complicated. Now he wall absolutely everything at the back. He's mining gold and is he wall? There's a hole. Ooh, almost he wall it in the last second. Damn it! In front, look at TaToH. He's doing an amazing job. He's microing one village in the north, doing a TC. When the tower is there, and with the TC, he's gonna take the tower down, and he will have gold finally. So, TaToH is in a good position with 6 villages more. This is absolutely unbelievable how a good position can turn out in a disaster situation now for BacT, with 8 villages behind and less army. Damn. And going for Cav Archers without wood.
I think BacT wins the award for one of the ugliest bases I have seen. And he had such a strong opening, and played that so well. But TaToH manages to pull it back with the Bloodlines +1 light cavalry rating. This is absolutely sick. And the light cav are honestly pretty good versus the cav archers. They've got a faster speed than the knight unit, so he's actually turning it around. With the clever use of the market, I think most players there would have called GG and just collapsed under the pressure, but TaToH just adapts. And man, is this crazy. The spearmen are actually going to be a necessity in these engagements, and maybe even the pikeman upgrade. BacT's base is so open, man. I can't believe TaToH is actually turning this around with light cav. Yes, yes.
Yeah, but he has to be careful, because we all know how Hans can be strong with the cav archers. It's true that he's now with the botkin. The cav archers are really, really cheap, and I'm missing the bloodlines and husbandry. He needs a stable. He does have a stable. It's a must to have the stable. He can make the damage with the botkin, but the light cat, like you say, they might work okay against those cav archers for now. Even more with TaToH doing chain bard and armor. And is he doing some knights? No, he just make the +2. And now doing more Doncentes. The difference with the village number is just huge. It's just incredible. But if now BacT only have one chance, one TC push, he should go all cav archers, fully upgraded, probably university and ballistic, because if he tries to catch up in economy, it's not gonna be possible, Res. He has already 3 TCs up, and with husbandry, even those light caps. So you need to go. Oh my god, that micro, man, is bad for BacT. You need to go back, man, and make more upgrades, or you will lose everything like he's doing right now. Damn it.
You know why he got caught, man? Because he got caught by your boy husbandry, and then the scale barding armor. He's got the +2 as well. This is seriously some break the meta stuff right here. We're actually seeing a really powerful, compelling use of light cavalry in the Huns. This is what break the meta is all about, is adapting to weird situations and knowing how to get yourself out of them through game knowledge. I don't think that many players in this situation would have built that market in the corner and immediately been like, yes, bloodlines, light cavalry +1. He could be going for knights right now, but I think he's saving that gold. We'll see what he's saving it for, but going for these light cav here in the meantime, I mean, BacT doesn't have the eco to really make these threatening yet. BacT does have bloodlines, but the light cav doing that serious raiding with the husbandry to chase them down, full well knowing that BacT's stable was delayed. Oh, that is such a sick play.
This is called experience, because he know that he's ahead in economy and that he was going cav archers. Also now TaToH got a castle in front of his base, so imagine how secure he is now at home. With 79, almost 80 villages, he's like 26, 27 villages more already than BacT. Some people ask me many times, hey man, how to defend against a forward? Watch this game, guys. Watch this game, because without any damn it, Marauders!
Yeah!
So he's gonna go Tarkas and Castellage. Imagine what he can do right now. Well, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you what BacT can do. I'm sorry to say, because I would love to see a long game, but hey, if now TaToH is spamming those Tarkans, what he can do now?
Yes!
Alt F4, man. Alt F4, it's really complicated. He's super ahead. Maybe he's gonna now come with, I don't know, crazy amount of cav archers and go siege, but man, it's gonna be really complicated. Let's see.
This is the play. TaToH is on tier 4 expanding brain. He did not build any knights. He was saving that gold, and it was for Marauders, which will allow him to create the Tarkan unique unit at the stable, which now has 3 pierce armor. Oh boy! Oh boy, cavalry with an attack bonus versus buildings. Generally, sometimes underappreciated. Here comes the light cav ambush, and they're too fast.
Look.
You know who's got no micro? Apparently, BacT's got none. And now he's gonna get torched. He's gonna get torched. 120 HP on these Tarkans, and I love this castle placement too, because it will also free up this main gold, put down a town center, and Tarkans are how you close the game out. Like, seriously, this is the play. Look at these tables.
He's spamming Tarkans in Castellates. Look at the score difference, the population difference as well. Now he's in the north with some Cavalries doing some damage, but not many. It doesn't matter anymore, in my opinion. He got like 30 villages more. Well, back the economy. Back the economy, of course, seems he's only doing few Cavalries. He's about to go up to Imperial, but with 70 villages. Be careful then, because hands are cheap. He can go crazy Cavalries, but I insist. TaToH will go for a crazy push, I believe. All in Castellates. Don't be so surprised that now soon he will send Villiers forward, make siege, and go push with Rams as well. And try to finish this now. The score difference is just huge, and the push is incredible. People was asking in the chat what Marauder does. Rez explained properly already, and those targets are just amazing. Just amazing. Look how they are killing a lot. And now army even more for TaToH, Rez. What he can do now? Well, BacT is up to Imperial. Let's see.
Ooh,
because, well, if he's doing Brazil and so on, I don't know. But his economy, well, he's getting ready. He's up to Imperial, but look, he can take that TC even if he's killed those Cavalries.
Oh, man. Okay, so I've already decided that this is going to be Break the Meta episode 26. I'm going to add it to my AoE Break the Meta playlist. So, I need to think about this, though. Like, what do you do in a situation like this? TaToH's not just memeing guys. Tarkans are actually a good play and the absolute right play here, as that 3 Pierce armor is critical and a great way to close out the game. Now, BacT's response...
LOL, look at his reaction!
Was to go to Imp and then resign.
LOL, GG! Look at that reaction from
I was gonna think, I was like, what is the...
What?
Do you go to Imp here? I guess I don't get to think about that.
Look at that reaction! LOL, GG! I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, not professional at all. But man, I couldn't stop the loud. Being spontaneous 100%. He just loud and called the GG. Sack. After this, what we can explain? BacT said LOL and see you in the next game, man. Unbelievable, man.
Keep watching this series, guys, and make sure you watch the previous game.
Honestly,
GG.
Honestly, now going back serious mode, Rez. The previous game was fantastic, was so intense because it was over an hour. But this game, to analyze, to make it like a video tutorial, is just amazing. This game, this performance play by TaToH in this one is beautiful. Is really, really beautiful play. So we can take in the achievement, and it was epic that in military TaToH got a lot more kill at the end, of course, more army for BacT, but the economy TaToH with ridiculous 2,600 gold, but huge difference with the food, wood and stone. It's amazing how he reached Castellates in 22 minutes, make the light cast, and then he boom completely, and with that Marauders in that castle did an amazing game. And remember, BacT was up to Imperial. Amazing game to watch, really.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to sit down and break this match down piece by piece, because this went by so fast, but it was so good. This is quality Age of Empires 2 right there. Such a strong opening by BacT. Sure, the boar lure didn't work out, but he used that scouting information to make a really strong play on TaToH. Literally corner him, box him in, put on a ton of pressure. But only TaToH on the next tier actually is just like, wait, I can do this. Get the husbandry, get the light cav. That was incredible. And I cannot wait to see the next game in this series. Oh my gosh. Well,
that was Rez just experience and countdown. Because if you panic in these situations, you probably get the GG. But TaToH did a great job, and the series are now with the equalizer.
That was totally awesome. Really enjoyed that game, man. It's so crazy to see TaToH going for that Marauders play, but I think that the LOL GG was probably because BacT thought, hey, I've lamed his gold, I've got him backed into a corner, and then he dies to light cav and Tarkans, right? That's pretty funny, and I like BacT because he has a sense of humor. He doesn't take it too seriously, and I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
I think that LOL was like telling, well played.
Yeah, sure. Yes, of course. Of course, it's not like there's $1,000 for first place or anything, but still, it's tied up, and we'll have third game in just a second. Are you guys ready?
I do.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it.
Here, I'm gonna back out of the game and be right into it. That was impressive. That was the exact opposite of the previous game. I'm gonna grab a sip of water while it launches, and yeah.
Okay, let's see if we are launching. Let me check the room. Yes, Robo is doing the damage, doing the job. And Dracon say in the chat, yeah, BacT is a guy who doesn't care, right? Okay, guys. There we go. This is after the first two games, very, very different, but we have now the third game. And now in Desert, we get beautiful civilizations. I love this. This reminds me of 20 years ago, and welcome everyone. This is Escape Champions League, Mayans Aztecs, Middle East 1 versus 1 grand final with TaToH as a blue and BacT as a red. And it was like this the previous game, because now with the colors I get sometimes, I think it's the right color, right? We have been used it. So, Res, I prefer Mayans in this one. What do you prefer? And thank you for being here with me. Love to cast it with you. And Mayans versus Aztecs. Love Mayans, man. Aztecs maybe in early game in this crazy map.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. As always, you know, my name is Resonance22. And of course, Mem, I love co-casting with you all the time. Such a blast. The last two games were insane. Again, if you haven't seen the last two games, what are you doing? Go watch them. But if you're watching live, this game should be just as good. Aztecs versus Mayans. Ooh. I do slightly prefer the Mayans here. They both obviously have a strong economy, but I feel like the potential for archer harassment in the early game, as well as the plumed archers, are quite nice. The Aztecs can maybe turn the tables for a little bit with their elite eagle warriors, but in the end, I kind of prefer the Mayans. It would be interesting, though, to see what happens as the game goes super late, because I have seen quite a few of these matches in the DLCs, but with the unique technologies such as Lotl coming into play, buffing the range and damage of the Aztec skirmisher, I wonder if that would have any impact at all. Interesting to think about.
The problem with these civilizations is that sometimes we focus in the theory. And what happened with these kind of maps, that everything come a little bit unpredictable. We can check now TaToH map, and we can see that the berries are pretty close to the TC, which is absolutely great. The gold and the stone at the back, which is fantastic. The wood and a large one is very close and at the back. So he got almost everything at the back. And since he has explored already all, look how he's building already the houses. Probably he's gonna go buildings like this till that forest, and he can have all the resources wall. Why this is extremely crucial in this map? Because if you check close to his base, guys, there is only one goal. All the other goal, it's in the middle. In the middle. So you have to avoid early aggression. Then, focus on BacT map, we see that the goal, a little bit farther from the TC, but is on a side, wood also on the left, and with a little bit farther at the back, well, on the right side, with the DS pretty close. TaToH this time is trying to explore really quick, and berries for BacT are forward, a little bit forward, not too far, and TaToH is already trying to maybe going to lane. We will see. I think this game, it's good for TaToH to go aggressive, because the map for BacT, I don't know what you think, Res, it's pretty open in front. So he should go aggressive even more with the Aztecs, because, in my opinion, I insist, Mayans in late game are so dangerous. So dangerous.
I agree with you, Mem. I think that TaToH got blessed this game with a back stone and a back gold. This map is as well as a back secondary stone, and some nice wood lines. You could even sneak some town centers in the back over here. This map is very similar to Gold Rush, but it's desert, and there are no wolves in the middle, bunch of gold mines. They're more spread out, and you actually have a full-size normal gold mine in your base, so it's not incredibly snowbally, but it's a really fun and interesting map. And like you said, it's super aggressive too, since these players have to make sure that they have map control, or they're just going to cede all of that gold away. I would like to see TaToH flipping things around and being the offensive player this game. And it looks like BacT is going to be doing some walling at the front, protecting his berries, everybody setting up a nice eco foundation for the game, and they're both looking for scouting information. TaToH's scout does take a little bit of damage. They were doing a bit of a duel on the hill, both of them actually at the same amount of HP. And now I think their strategies are going to come down to just what they see in the opponent's base.
Okay, well, let's see. Oh, I love when this happens. I was going to say something, but I see 10 minutes, 13 seconds, both click up at the same time. Incredibly smooth and amazing for both. Of course, BacT with 1 villager more, because Mayans you start with 1 villager more, and he keep it with a really smooth Dark Age. So now we're going to see some feudal battle. But BacT, it's little by little trying to avoid what I said, trying to avoid that his map is bad for feudal age. Why? Because he's walling absolutely everything. TaToH already doing militias, while BacT is now doing the barrack. Let's see, what is he going to do? Mining gold, that means he probably will go archers. I don't think so he's going to go eagles. You think he's going to go eagle? Mayans, I will go archers, at least for now.
I would go archers as well with the Mayans. The discount and just the superior eco is very, very nice. But the Aztecs eco is great. They produce military units 15% faster. They don't spend as much time walking with their villagers because they carry +5. One interesting thing to note is that TaToH took quite a bit of damage on his Eagle Scout in that little skirmish earlier. He instead decides not to continue his fight, just get some scouting information, sees the long-distance deer gathering. Does he see anything else? Because the militia are coming forward. I mentioned that he scouts the barracks. The militia coming forward, you really want to, when you're the Aztecs or Mayans, leverage your Eagle Scout alongside your militia to do some heavy, heavy damage, as the Eagle Scout is really powerful in the early game. But they're both pretty weak. Ooh, here comes the ranges.
Yeah, well, he's coming now. He's now coming with the 3 men at arms already. And BacT, this is what I don't understand many times. Why you wall all the map and then your main resources, you let it completely open. At least wall yourself. I never understand this. I mean, you have spent a lot of resources walling absolutely everything, but then you don't wall anything on the left. So your wood is completely exposed, and now those men at arms are doing the damage. For now, he didn't kill any villager, but okay, he did a fast and quick walling in the goal, but one lumber camp, it's basically bye-bye for now. Yeah, you can see. He's probably gonna be able even to destroy. Anyway, how is at home TaToH? I see that he did another lumber camp really close to the edge of the map. Whoa, I don't think he's gonna be really efficient, that one. It's surprising that he did like this, but it's safe, that's for sure. Gonna focus again in those men at arms. The lumber camp, well, he's not even trying to send the archers there. Oh, he did an eagle and couple of archers. He's gonna save the lumber camp. Let's see if he's gonna be able to do it. I think he's gonna destroy, man. Well,
he's an eagle and a couple an eagle and a couple of archers. So the men-at-arms does have a measly +2 attack damage versus Eagle Scouts. So he should just be able to slaughter this Eagle Scout. But the Eagle Scout's really just a distraction to allow the archers to do a bit of damage. The 1 pierce armor on the men-at-arms and the 45 hit points is kind of nice. Really, he's just trying to, zone TaToH back, get some superior mobility. Ooh, they almost get a hit off, but they're going to get quite a few hits on this other Eagle Scout. TaToH going for men-at-arms, of course, because he is the Aztecs, and they get that extra +50 gold to start. Boom, he gets a pick-off. Very, very nice. And with a single skirmisher joining the fray, I'm smelling a good engagement for TaToH if he can control this well.
If TaToH is doing a good job, he's gonna put BacT in big of a trouble, really. Because he's just spamming skirmishes. I will even go forward if he could go. I know that it's risky and will send the village and will take economy. But look at the amount of army. It's double the military. Yeah, and if he keep that eagle and those 2 men at arms with the skirmishes and fletching already, be careful. He's going to push him in. So he's going to probably force, well, first to make a tower. You see, instantly tower already for BacT on goal and doing more eagles. And he need to do it. Because only with archers, definitely, you are not going to be able to counter those units. With the spamming skirmishes and with more than double the military right now. Which is really nice, with only 1 archer range as well. So, 10.
Man, what a crazy game so far that we're seeing. BacT actually got that blacksmith pretty early to get that fletching upgrade, which is crucial in this specific matchup because you need that extra damage and that extra range against those Eagle Scouts because they've got that 2 pierce armor right off the bat. And the thing with the Mayans is that, yeah, I think they do have the superior late game here if you can actually get there, but the Aztecs can bully you early on with the right units, and if you don't happen to wall your key resources and lose a lumber camp. Losing a lumber camp can really set you far behind. And TaToH's in a position where he's boxed in, right? He can't escape. So it's going to come down to some good control. He needs to not take free damage on his units because reinforcing them is going to be tricky. He's been cut off. Can he do it?
Well, let's see. He's trying to get inside, and I love how BacT is going. I mean, doing even the skill mail armor, going all fuel. I love this kind of battle. It's amazing. BacT 2 is more. But TaToH army, what is this? 20 military against 5? I mean, 20 military against 5. TaToH production is just smooth, super smooth, and incredibly strong. It's just amazing. Of course, he's ready to kill dead. Is it 15%,
or is it 150%?
Yeah, man, you are right, but it's incredible, man. Look at this, 22-5. 22-5. I was so focused, man, and I don't understand how this can happen. How this can happen 300%, you know? With those with those eagles, now man at time, he's doing the damage. He's gonna, if he's taking these 5 big problems for BacT, oh man, this can be the game in 18 minutes. Be careful. The problem here is that he's also getting idle time. And it's important for the economy, but what about the Mayans' economy? He's in troubles, but look his economy. This civilization is incredible. He's about to go up to Castle Age.
Order game 2 and you get a game 3 in 18 minutes or less. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. I have to say, the faster unit production and the pretty strong early game from the Aztecs is crucial. And it's great to see TaToH actually, leveraging his bonuses, taking advantage of that extra 50 gold, going for that men-at-arms pressure, and I think BacT not walling his first lumber camp was huge. But now there's no more room for reinforcements. He's boxed in, and those are houses on the other side. He's not actually going to be able to get through that, so I think he's going to lose almost all of his military units. But remember, man, we talked about this. Map control now definitively in TaToH's favor, but at the same time, BacT's going Castle Age.
It's amazing. Anyway, BacT needs something else. Probably he's gonna now go Eagles, so I expecting him to drop another barrack and mine stone. With Mayans, you want a castle and plum marches. It's true that he needs some more walls. He doesn't have any stone to make a tower as well to defend because he's trying to get in. But BacT is doing forging, and really, all that army rests with the Eagle Warrior upgrade, he will kill easily. It's incredible. I mean, this civilization, these Mayans is so powerful. It's really powerful. I'm really surprised that what happened, I don't know if you watched it, the semi-final BacT versus team, that with Franks he beat the Mayans, because Mayans are Mayans. They are amazing. Yeah, you can see that he was looking that TaToH was a huge lead, and now TaToH get really good economy. He's doing the market, will buy the resources, and will go up with 66 population. But those units, those 24 army, really, with few amount of eagles, he can take them all. We will see if it's gonna happen or not.
Oh man, this is a risky situation, but nice little wall off there by BacT with the stone walls. He decided, since he is so far behind in military, we're talking 25 to about 7 or 8, that he wanted to get to the Castle Age. So what's he gonna do with that? And the answer is, it's gonna be Bowsaw. Check. That's what you should always be getting. And then Eagle Warrior. Ooh, so he's going to go for Eagle Warrior as the Mayans. And I think this kind of makes sense against this heavy anti-archer composition that we see from TaToH, as well as the Castle Age lead is huge. The Eagle Warrior upgrade is a big improvement. And all those skirmishers are going to be effectively useless for TaToH. I feel like the Aztecs are the better civ to be doing this with, though, so we'll have to see how it turns out. But Squire is coming down for BacT as well, because the extra mobility is super duper important. And let's see if we can get some free pickoffs in the meantime. But TaToH's got a military lead.
Yeah, he need to take some advantage here now, but TaToH got Eagles as well. He's doing a really good job. He got a lot of army, but this is going to be a beautiful battle for sure. Let's see, okay? Oh man, look at the amount of barracks TaToH got. 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta be kidding me. 4? Only 4? Why don't make more, man? 4, man. 4. For that reason, he just catch up so quick. It's true that BacT will have chainmail armor. Chainmail armor this time is crucial here to make some damage. But look how the score is switching super fast. He's trying to go into the north, but he's not. He's walling. He is walling, and at home there is some skirmishes, but those skirmishes, oh, he palisade in the south in the last second, taking those skirmishes with 1 or 2 eagles. But the military numbers is still in favor to TaToH. But BacT will have all the upgrades, even the second attack. This is gonna be really epic fight. The difference is actually the skirmishes, Res, because in Eagles they have more or less the same.
Yes, so he needs to get on a hill, and he needs to try and do some free damage, which he did, except the javelins missed, so never mind. But nice shot, though. Yeah, the key difference here is that the players are at the same eco size, but BacT has all the upgrades, so TaToH has to wait for Iron Casting, Squires, and it's going to be tricky. I'd say that both players are relatively even, but TaToH's got some pretty awesome map generation, and now we're going to see a skirmish for the middle of the map. I also like to see, by the way, BacT is heavily mining stone, because I think he's like to get a castle soon.
Okay, sorry. I thought that he was going to go with those eagles into the south. You see that there is in the barrack close to the TC that BacT is doing. There's a little hole. If he's going inside with so many eagles, and now we have to point out, really important, those 4 barracks can make the difference here. Of course, the economy now gonna be better for BacT because he's doing extra town centers. He has 1, 2 extra TC and 2 extra town centers and mining a lot of stones. So a castle will be. The old TaToH double attacks now, damn it. But even like this, it seems that doesn't matter because TaToH got huge amount of army. Right now, 28 infantry eagles, while BacT, well, it's 20. So just look, he got only 8 less with only 2 barracks. TaToH need to make the damage because he's fighting against Mayans. Mayans got 3 town centers and he's investing a lot on the eagles. Don't you think that he should make the damage now?
I agree, man. He has to go now because he's sacrificing so much on the eco side, steadily falling behind in villagers and obviously stock resources as well. He needs to start doing some damage. Now, plumed archers aren't great against the eagles, but they do have like a +1 versus infantry, which helps, and you can kind of micro them back. The eagles, though, do always threaten to take down a town center, and the problem is BacT's taking so much free damage onto his retreat, losing Eagle Warrior after Eagle Warrior and just taking chip damage after chip damage. And now BacT's able to start building that castle. It's going to be crucial for map control, but he's in.
Yeah, but he's in raiding the economy. The good thing is that BacT is raiding villages. He's losing some eagles, but who cares if you are getting now 10 villages more? You have a castle almost in the middle of the map. But now in the south, look at the amount of eagles that he can go and raid a lot of economy. BacT, those are many eagles, and his eagles in front are gone. He really needs to be careful. He's gonna try to distract him with some eagles, but TaToH got a lot more. Still, his economy is huge advantage, probably. But the amount of army, 42 military against 10, and that castle is not defending his base. The eagles are in, and the eagles now can make a lot of damage. You need some walls? Well, I don't think so. The walls are gonna help anymore. He's doing the Botkin arrow, and with Botkin arrow, it's gonna help also the TC against that raiding. But it's so many eagles, and that 15 villages difference in favor disappear. Why? Because he's with 30 idols now and also losing some. The position here is very dangerous, but also really interesting for you who has the advantage.
Well, it's like you said. And really, when I look at the 40 military units for TaToH, I think that's pretty crazy. The only plus side for BacT, I guess, is that he happens to have this castle in the middle, which is protecting this gold. But protecting it for how long? TaToH does not want it to stay up. That's why he's getting chainmail armor now, so that way he can do some raiding really well, as well as arson to try and take down that castle. But it's going to take a while for the plumed archers to reach some critical mass, and TaToH is inside BacT's base, trying to threaten this lumber camp. The hill advantage kind of not working against him, but the arson is down. He might be able to mop up this army actually inside BacT's own base and cause him a lot of trouble. Again, just stalling for time, but BacT has the middle right now, so it's close. It's going to take him a while.
BacT is getting more advantage now because look at the village is different. He's not doing that huge damage. He's wall again at the back, and he got almost 1,000 stone more. He can make a second castle. He might, if he's doing the castle in top of that hill, I think he's going, or taking that goal out. He's taking a lot of map control. Population is almost the same, different army and village distribution, but Mayans are Mayans. And resources, TaToH is at the limit. While BacT is doing the second castle, little by little, he won't be able to make any damage in the... Well, but now he's coming with the Eagles in the south. That is it. Let's see if he's gonna... Well, his wall, yeah, he's not gonna make so much damage. He needs to go away. And the second castle is happening. What TaToH can do now? He cannot make any damage anymore. 20 villages more, 20 army, and keep doing more and more plume marches. Extremely cheap. Look at the siege war sub. Bye-bye, siege war sub. Whoa, man. BacT is getting an amazing position in this one, Mr. Res.
Absolutely. Got the first castle out. Now he's got the second castle on the hill, and the map control is steadily inching in his favor. I was very worried about his own base being raided by those Eagle Warriors, but he did manage to clean it up. He's building a market now. BacT is getting to that position in the game where the Mayans will be able to start really pulling ahead. I like this castle placement here by TaToH, but he has to be really wary of... There we go. BacT clicking up to Imp, starting to get some trebs, holding the middle, and then going for the killing blow. I don't think TaToH has too many opportunities left. He's going to have to make a huge play, Mem, if he wants to come back.
Yeah, but now it's impossible. I mean, it's impossible. He's well at home. He has two castles in the middle. The opportunity was when he was like four times his army. Now he can make plume marches with all the upgrades he will do. And also that castle on the right side that he's doing to... TaToH balanced the economy. So what I was telling, forget, guys, I wasn't telling anything. He's on the way to Imperial. There we are, the chances now for TaToH. But still, it's like 50 seconds. If he's taking that castle down, it's still gonna be difficult. Why? Because TaToH, since he balanced the economy completely to go up, he doesn't have any gold, anything to make the Elite Eagles and the +4. And it's gonna be hard to get that one. Wow, this is crazy game already because Mayans are taking just the advantage from being Mayans, man. That economy and civilization is just amazing. No, man, you know, in the previous game, he went up with 2-tone centers and it was okay, you know. But now, BacT, I mean, when he was using Mayans in the semifinal, but now BacT is with even more. 100 villages with the Mayans is quite a lot. It's really great, actually.
It is. And since their resources last 15% longer,
castle.
they get so much more value.
Third castle in the middle, man. 3 castles. Wow.
He's inching the line forward and applying a lot of pressure on TaToH's primary town center in the middle of the map. He has a bunch of villagers mining some gold behind his own castle, but the thing is he won't be able to easily replenish and protect those villagers. And now the Plumed Archer rating is coming out. The bracer technology, the ballistics, that's going to be a huge power spike. But TaToH is not too far behind on Imp, so he's still in this game. What can he do with that Imperial Age technology to turn this game around? I mean, maybe he can try to go for Garland War's wall bust, but I don't know. It's going to be tough.
But he can do only one of those. He's going to make Elite Eagles, I believe. But he is still Elite Eagle Warriors in long term. If he can raid the economy, he could do a lot of damage. But in long run, the plume marches being so cheap units and fast as well, it's almost impossible. I think it's really complicated now situation. He got 25 villages more, 3 castles. Now he's gonna take the castle down, and if he keep taking all those castles down, what more gold TaToH will be able to take? Well, he has some TC on the left, but you know, Trebuchet, Plume Marchers, it's very complicated. They didn't take any relic. 1 castle down, and now let's see BacT. Well, BacT cannot see the other one. He should go to the right side. He's going, so he will find that castle, and with the Trebuchet and the Plume Marchers, rest, ba-ba-boom. Let's see if he's going to be able to do something with those Eagles. In numbers, they're almost the same.
He's going to have to make a bold play if he wants to come out on top here, but if only Aztecs were the ones with Eldorado and he could get that plus 40 HP, then he could go toe-to-toe with these elite plumed archers, because now the bracer is down, and then he gets the leather archer armor, and things are looking bad, as those Trebs actually do have the high ground. They will be able to take down that castle, which has no defense upgrades because the Aztecs don't actually happen to get any. But the Eagle Warriors are in here for the engagement. He's going to have to carefully split them off between the Plumed Archers, which are really clumped and difficult to get the surround on, as well as the Trebs to keep his castle alive. He has to do both at the same time and not overcommit to the Trebs. And it looks like he's doing a good job with that, but the Plumes are so clumped up, them. They're not doing enough.
Yeah, they're impossible to beat, and also, like I say, super cheap. Look at TaToH economy, a guy in balance, but a bad balance, 0, 0, 0, 0, man. While BacT, yeah, he's at the limit, but 160 population doing the thumbprint is almost absolutely impossible to reach those. With now, look at this. You remember in Castellate? Res, now it's 4 or almost 4 times back to the military. It's absolutely over and he's calling the GG. Whoa, man. Mayans, man. I really don't understand.
Nice.
Mayans is so good civilization for this map. I mean, it's really, really good. Just look what he did. TaToH was doing an amazing job, Res, in the start. He was pushing, and even like this, he managed the economy to go faster to Castellage, and it seems that he got the game pretty clear. What do you think, man? Like, not easy, but clear.
He did. Like you said, the Civ matchups here were instrumental. I really think that TaToH had an excellent start, and he got the jump on BacT, but BacT just with great composure. Basically, he pulled a TaToH from our previous game, and he adapted super well. He got that first castle in the middle. He got the map control. He started working on the plumed archers. He didn't make any silly mistakes like researching Elite Eagle Warrior instead compared to the Aztecs. I think he probably would have lost out there. He got ballistics. He got bracer first. He didn't waste his resources. And just the way he prioritized all of his upgrades was absolutely essential. And his clump on that hill was immaculate. In the end, that was a pretty solid victory from BacT, and I'm really looking forward again to the next game.
Yeah.
GG, well played.
It was amazing. We said in the start, and now we can check. After what you said, we can check the achievements and go for the military. Yeah, the military say that BacT, and it was all in the last fight, probably he killed the most units. With more army at the end, largest army 49, 45. Economy, you can see that the food was almost the same, but a lot more wood for BacT. And like it always happening with Mayans, more stone, gold almost the same, but also crucial, really important, that at the end he was faster also to Imperial. So it was basically one fight. It's almost impossible without onagers to beat those blue marches with the Eagles. Guys, this is the 2-1 going for the 4th. That is gonna be another amazing one. And it's Dry River. Whoa, this is super aggressive game. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you can tell me, Zach. Did we get?
It's called something else.
No,
and also I'll be right back
no.
while he explains.
Yeah, it's Dry River or River, right? So, did we get this map into Imperial?
No. I think Castle was the
Castle
latest I've seen this map. Yeah.
An early Castle, right? Like, it's super aggressive. They stay so long in feudal, so, whoa, another aggressive game.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. And, you know, to be honest, if any game could go to Imperial with any players, it might be these two. They've been pretty well matched today, and all games have gone to Imperial so far. No, wait, did the Arabia game stay in Castle? It did. But Desert, which is very Arabia-like, went to Imp as well. Dry River, it's going to be tough just to get that to Imp. I'd like to see it, though. I'd be really interested to see how it plays out in the late game.
I would love to, but since there is a lot of swordfish in the middle, it's invite to go super quick up. And then you can see a scout, depending what they pick, super quick, or tower ras. Almost all the games we can see, we have seen as well many times ras. So it's complicated. It's really complicated. But guys, another game incoming. Really
absolutely strong. Dry River next. Really looking forward to this one. And guys, it's match point. If BacT wins this next game, then he wins the Middle East 1v1. He wins $1,000, and he's going to be walking home a very happy man. Of course, the one thing standing in his way, it's TaToH, and he's going to do everything he can to stop him getting the victory right here.
There we go. And we're going to be there in a few seconds. Like Resonance said, don't forget, guys, we'll be really appreciated that you follow Resonance, his channel. You can see it there, Resonance22. My channel is also MTV. But now we're going to focus on, guys, we are there in a match point. Oh, look at this. Look at this deja vu, but just now the reverse civilizations. Do you remember, Res? The first game, now we have Byzantines and Britons, but in a much different game. This is map, and with me it's Resonance. The map, Dry River. And now we have TaToH. Let's change again as a blue, BacT as red, okay? And Britons versus Byzantines in this map. Is now Britons better in this one? What do you think?
Ooh, well, if only they could pick the Indians for that shore fishing eco bonus. Britons versus Byzantines. We're seeing this matchup yet again. Now, this is a map that I don't happen to see too often, so I maybe would lean slightly towards the Britons, but just because they've got this really nice early game, but the Byzantines have multiple points in the game where they can go toe-to-toe with them, especially with that Imperial Age power spike. And one of the many things I love about this map, Mem, is that you open up with a mill and you start shore fishing. Age of Empires 2 is amazing.
Yeah, but you know what happened with this opening? It makes a little bit useless the Britons bonus. Remember, guys, in the chat, Briton bonus got that the goats, in this case, are getting the fast food incoming, but you always go here for the sharpish. So, since we were talking before the start of the game, that we don't see this map going for a really long game like Castle Age or Imperial, in early game, Byzantines might have some advantage here. Imagine that he's spamming trash units and try to go for the messy game. It's gonna be difficult for TaToH. Anyway, all become of the decisions of the gameplay. Now we can see. Also, a little bit weird in my opinion, okay? He's taking the elephant. We don't see this happening all the time, but TaToH is taking the elephant early instead of getting the goats. With the Britons, I will go for those, which, I don't know, it's weird. Now we can see how he's exploring really quick. But let's see, some weird decisions. The meal from BacT, rest, look how beautiful and sweet it is. Oh. In the middle of 2 ponds with 7 villages already taking the swordfish, is an incredible food incoming.
Well, unless this is AOV2 HD, then they'd all get like bunched up on each other somehow. But here it's a work of art, actually, is what it is. It's so efficient. And yeah, I agree. It's a little strange that TaToH would actually lure in that elephant, although he did do it really, really well by doing it with fewer villagers than normal and weakening it with the town center, but not actually killing it, so he still got the food from it, instead of actually going for the goats. But maybe he's saving them for some big boost of food? It's not entirely clear. You're right, though, that the Britons don't get to leverage their eco bonus as much on a map like this, and the Byzantines have those super cheap skirmishers and counter units. So maybe things will be a bit flipped backwards.
Let's see. This map is really unpredictable, and I actually start to enjoy more and more this one because I love aggressive maps. And when you don't know what can happen, I love this because yeah, it's hard for you, Rez, and for me to analyze this. And who cares? The predictable maps usually become a little bit more boring to watch, also for the viewers. So now we see. Look at that loom. Again, 1 second difference and both will go up 19 population. Probably? I believe so. Let's see. BacT, you need to drop the food. He's dropping the food. Uh-oh, wow. It was without food. A little advantage here for Britons. But it's 8 seconds. Not big deal. It's okay. And mining goal already. So he will go what? Men at arms? Archers? We will find out very soon.
We will indeed. So, BacT is going to drop his barracks down in the middle. And it looks like TaToH will be building it as well. And both of these players are going to be fighting for vital control of the villagers' shore fishing. That's not something we see too often in competitive Age of Empires 2, so I really, really like this map. And yeah, you're right. It does make it very difficult to predict what actually happens here. The hills that are around the players' bases, I like as well, because it gives them some protection for their shore fish, and it gives them a way to actually survive, which is still a really aggressive map. One quick thing is that the main gold, so TaToH actually has some pretty safe golds. He's got a secondary gold at the back. His main gold is actually at the front, but TaToH's is also pretty good. So I think both of these players are really just going to be fighting for the middle. And we're going to see Militia coming out first for BacT.
I think Rez is going to go forward because I can't believe that he's going to keep with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 villages in that mill. I believe that he will send maybe 3, 4 villages forward. I don't know. But he's coming with 4 militias. TaToH is doing the man-at-arm upgrade faster. Why BacT did in my... Okay, now he's doing the man-at-arm, but he need to pick up something. He need to pick up something before... Maybe it's not worth it that he's doing... No, he's going to keep doing the man-at-arm upgrade. And he lost the scout, TaToH. But his militias is still full HP. full HP completely. So let's see. This can be dangerous for BacT. We're gonna find out. Remember, the pressure can be here. TaToH knows if he's losing, bye-bye the final. Ay, ay, ay. I love when this is coming, when the games come to that point, and we can feel that, oh, there's a little hole between that house. He's gonna make it in the last second. Why do guys always wait for that moment? They do on purpose. And I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old, and my heart can't hold, man. 25 years old, 26 the next. Don't loud, please. Come on, Rez. And now look, 3 men at times, the scout.
Well, the scout didn't actually do anything at all, but he was there for moral support, and in the end, that's all you need from your military units. That's why usually when I engage on no attack stance, just so I intimidate my enemy with superior numbers. In the end, TaToH loses all of his men-at-arms, and now, it's just like everyone is just content to mass up men-at-arms this game. A second mill coming down. The Mad Mill Men. The scale mill armor. I don't know, the delayed men-at-arms upgrade was actually pretty crucial there. And now that BacT actually has the military lead, I'm going to need to see an archer range from TaToH, and it is coming.
Oh, look,
and he's going to need to take advantage of the hill, but it might be too late.
But look
he's just got all these idle men-at-arms.
But look what they are doing, man. They did all the +1. They are doing 20,000 men-at-arms, because this is 20,000 at least, and he has already 6 there. He's gonna take probably that archery range. Even he can take that village. No, but he's doing the tower, and that tower is really, really good. Oh, that village is gonna be gone. No, but that tower way is good. He's taking out all those fishermen. Look, 2 mills bye-bye, but now he's eating the town center. Come on, BacT, stop eating the TC. Are you starving or what? Damn it. He need to go back, man. 5 men-at-arms he was going to eat. He didn't lose everything, but now he's going back. And at home, look at the fight, man. Look at the fight now at home. BacT at home, he's fighting with the village against TaToH men-at-arms, and he's dropping the advantage he got with the village. He's gonna lose more. He's gonna lose another. He's gonna lose another. He's gonna lose another village for sure. That village is gonna go down. Now he's doing a mill in front, and with the men-at-arms still around. Like I said, crazy game incoming.
Yeah. So BacT's not just hungry; he's ravenous, and also, jeez, man, that was amazing. That was beautiful. So TaToH is now trying to make some archers desperately. He's got that fletching upgrade. He's putting down those gates. Gates OP. And he's also got a nice, solid quick wall here, although it is kind of impeding his stone miners. But whatever. He's just trying to protect his lumberjacks. Get some free damage. Get some nice chip on those men-at-arms. Those men-at-arms have +1 because we're living in Bizarro World, where we're playing at Dry River. And I like this Bizarro World. TaToH, expanding brain once again. Why not fish somewhere else? So he's fishing over on the right side. And meanwhile, BacT is the next tier of expanding brain this time. Why not fish your opponent's pond he was already fishing with a tower? I like it. Yeah. Prime real estate.
The economy, even if you see the same bill as Rez, viewers, BacT has an important advantage with the economy. I'm gonna try to explain to you why. He is still fishing in the first mill he did with like 7-8 villages. He also got another with another 4 villages and with a tower protecting. While TaToH only is fishing on the right side with 4 villages against 12. Yes, he's taking with 2 villages the ships, and now he has a lot of villages on gold. But the food incoming, and you can check the point of view how the economy is much better for BacT. But what now he needs? Few skirmishes, and since Byzantines are so cheap, he's in a very good position to go transition to Castellites. And now he's even taking some villages in that mill in the south. Oh well, with the men-at-arms alive, another village down. TaToH is right now in a very difficult position, Mr. Reyes. Even if you see the score ahead, the score right now, in my opinion, is a little bit tricky.
It is a little bit tricky. This game is close, and kudos to TaToH for actually deciding to mill elsewhere, and he's even building a secondary mill as well. The thing with this map is it's wide, and wow, all of BacT's units do get picked off as they walked into the wrong neighborhood, wrong number, get picked off by that watchtower in TaToH's base. TaToH's now making some scouts as well for some additional mobility, because this map is like Valley, but bigger and better and thicker. So, scouts are even more valuable to control the middle of the map. But BacT Not Born Yesterday is going to be making some discounted spearmen to 3-shot those scouts. And the archers are finally being messed up. Oh, this game's close, man. It's close. That tower at the front is really annoying.
It's a difficult situation here. It's difficult to also analyze. You don't expect with Britain to go and scout, but I think definitely he's doing the right. So he's walling at the top left corner. Ooh, he walled when they was going with archers and the scout, but now you need to move because there is fletching. Yeah, those units with fletching make the damage, but now he's there with the skirmishes. He need to have some spears. The good thing here for BacT, I insist, Byzantines now, it makes the difference because you can spam those spears and skirmishes, and look at this. Look how good economy he got, that he didn't even take one single elephant. Those 2 elephants, beautiful they are, but they are still there. And now taking all the archers with the skirmishes. His economy, if he's doing the market, he can go up to Castle Age. And even with 2 villages behind, this is looking difficult again for TaToH. You can see how BacT got right now double the military, and he's about to go up to Castle Age. And if he go Castle Age, make at least skirmishes and crossbows, what TaToH can do in this kind of map that open, you can get raided all over the map.
Yeah, he's going to be in a ton of trouble here because the discounted Byzantine's military units is allowing him gain and amass an even larger and larger lead. And now, TaToH on his way to the Castle Age. Perhaps he can use his discounted town centers to his advantage. Maybe even make a siege workshop and some mangonels. He finally puts a castle, by the way, on the high ground to remove all those pesky offensive forward fishermen that are always ruining my Age of Empires games. I hate it when people are shore fishing in my base. But we'll see. I mean, the Castle Age is a huge power spike for the Britons. He'll get that extra +1 range. He'll get that crossman and that bodkin arrow upgrade. But I do really fear the not only sheer military advantage, but also the elite skirmisher possibility. BacT's only a minute behind, man.
Yeah, but he uses the market a lot, TaToH. His economy is still not super great, also for BacT now. But there's some stuff to see. He's going to go knights. He's going to go knights with Britons against Byzantines. Byzantines doesn't have, like, great camels, but they are the cheapest in the game. So you can definitely counter. It's also true that if TaToH is also adding archers, and he's doing it with only 1 archer range, he can make a good combo, because those crossbows with +1 and the knights can make a good army composition against BacT. But if BacT is just adding at least skirmishers and make some camels, super cheap camels, whoa, we're going to see some huge battling coming. Population BacT is still really ahead, and honestly gonna be complicated. Be really careful, TaToH, because if you find also the fisherman on the other side, Belize the same. Now, Coal Mining Hybrid, crossbow, and bodkin arrow. Let's see if he's gonna be able with those skirmishes to counter, because he is yet in feudal age, but got a lot of army, man. I think he will be able. Let's see. Look at those skirmishes.
Oh, he gets a nice solid pickoff there. You see that javelin toss? Straight through the chest. That one, though, misses entirely, even though we clearly saw it actually hit them. And the Castle Age timing, we're waiting for it. But this is TaToH's moment to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, TaToH is live on the stage. This is his time. He's got the Crossman upgrade. He's got bodkin arrow. He has like 2 knights. Look at all these upgrades being queued up by BacT. That's the timer. Imagine this. Tick tock, gotta do something.
Yeah, but he has to be careful. Look at this fight, because he still doesn't have the least skirmishes, and now the knights are there. The crossbows, he can lose absolutely everything. Kikalo, what are you doing? Wait for the upgrades, man. You need to go back. BacT. Well, he's still ahead in military, but that he lost a lot. Just move now the village, or you will keep losing a lot. Crossbows and elite skirmishes coming now. Few camels, but he really did a bad fight there. You can see how BacT now has 28 unit kills, 39 unit lost. Do you think he feel the pressure, guys? I don't know. But for now, the game is absolutely close. It's only 4 villages different and more army for BacT. Mobility now with the knights, well, it can be countered with the camels. He is still all the map on the left, and trying to check if BacT can get raided. But now, the middle will become really important. It depends. If you let them fish or not, it's gonna be important. Because right now, BacT, 27 minutes, he got the beautiful and amazing amount of Zero farms. Yeah. So it's hard to see in a game at this point. Why? Oh, look at on the left. Look at on the left. That Mill with 6 villains taking the fish, 1 villain down. And, okay, he saved it. He saw it instantly. It could be terrible. Now doing the house. And he need to keep fishing because he got 0 food incoming from the farms. Bodkin Arrow and those knights with +1 are going to make a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. I mean, is now the time for me to retire the res farm emote now that shore fishing is the new eco meta? Alright, I can see it. I can adapt. I got this. So, it's interesting to see the Byzantines actually leveraging their discounted camels, because their camels are actually pretty terrible, particularly their late game heavy camels, but in this early stage of the game, they can certainly be useful, especially because there are a bunch of knights floating around. They just get kind of torn to shreds by those crossbowmen if you are not careful. And, okay, Bosaw coming down. These knights are going to go down. They're doing some good, solid raiding. BacT, building additional town centers. The sheer diversity of the Byzantines, I think, because the Britons don't get to actually use their faster sheep gathering, can be a huge, huge problem. So even though the Britons have cheaper town centers and some potentially strong late-game threats, we might see something backwards here, man, where the Byzantines, they might have the superior tech tree for a map like this. It's tough to say.
I don't know, but right now he's falling down in the economy. I mean, 46 villages only, 59, almost 60. It's true that BacT got more army, but he's not using. I mean, he's defending. He's not attacking. He needs to make some damage. Now we can see that he's going with a lot of archers and the skirmishes on the left. But TaToH gonna have a lot of crossbows ready to rumble, and he's doing padded archer armor and ballistic. Husbandry also incoming for BacT. The good thing, what I like here for BacT is, like you say, the discount from the Byzantines, but the raiding can happen. Oh my god, he's going right away with a lot of elite skirmishes and the crossbows, and he's gonna kill probably, if TaToH doesn't pay attention, so many villains, and he will catch up. Now 1 villain down, 2 villains down, 3 villains down. 3 villains down, but he needs ballistic. I think he doesn't have ballistic BacT. No, he don't even have the university. Really, really important. But now it can be also at home. Oh man, the crossbows from TaToH are going through and gonna take a lot of army. Yes, and villains as well. There's
no +1.
A disaster. It's attack. Well, Zach might be crazy now with the camera because there's a fight in the north, a fight in the south, and a fight all over the map.
Just drag it.
Yeah.
Just drag it around real fast. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Everyone's gonna get motion sickness. So, wow. Okay, so there's no +1, by the way, for BacT here, which is devastating against these crossbows, which have that 8 range. You need that, or those elite skirmishers just aren't tanky enough, especially because the Britons get the first shot. That's why you always get the range upgrades first in the units if you can. It's such a powerful bonus to leverage, and now TaToH pulling ahead. Even though BacT is raiding with camels, pretending like he's the Indians, and he's getting away with it. Look, man, I just like to see town centers on shorefish. That's what I like to see.
Well, it will be great. It will be great. But I don't know if you have the stream. I have the stream in the second monitor, and Zach is going cuckoo. He's trolling a little bit, which is great, absolutely great. He was going in all the spots, and I got also like, what happened? The stream crashed? No, it was he trolling. And now there's a beautiful TC from BacT. BacT in middle of three surface. Look at that town center if he's doing ballistic. What are you doing, man? Don't make that mill. You need to make that TC. Okay, he's gonna make both mill and town center. 13 villages behind. Military is still ahead. If BacT is not doing some damage, he's in a little bit of a trouble. 100 population, and this can maybe be the first game in this map that it can go to Imperial, because right now I don't see how they can finish quick this one. Why? Because there's a lot of army from both. And like I said, if they kill a lot of villages, how to finish in this mess? Because now it's a total mess to follow all the action.
One of the messiest games of Age of Empires I have ever watched, in that, you overcommit to shore fishing like this, you go too hard on the shore fishing. I know this is a problem that you all deal with on a routine basis. Do you ever just forget to build farms because you went too hard on the shorefish? Happens to me literally every game. And one downside of doing that is your eco is so open to raiding, and then eventually you do have to transition into farming at some point. The fish will run out. It's just, do you want all of your farmers in the middle of the map? The answer is no, probably not. So do you want all your shore fishers in the middle of the map? No, probably not either. Because now they're going to be forced inside that town center. And I think what it's really going to come down to here, because this game is close, but TaToH's got a bit of an advantage, is just a good engagement. And I'd really like to see a Mangonel maybe, if possible.
I'm not sure anymore who got the advantage here, because the Byzantines, thanks to being that cheap, is making that with less villages, he's gathering a lot of army, really a lot of army, and the population is just exactly the same. For a match point like this, it's just incredible. TaToH will borrow now a little bit. Well, since he doesn't have, well, now he's doing some good amount of farmers. It makes sense, but this is huge battle. Okay, the Knights are doing all the game a lot of damage. Now those crows, those sniper for Britain, look at that range. Man, you need to go back a little bit. BacT, you are doing really bad battles. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable that with that ratio kills dead, it's almost double. He is still in the game. It's really complicated that with all the civilization, he can still in the game. Look at that ratio kill, and now Siege War's up. He has a stone to make a castle. Look at this. It's looking like they are fishing. Look how they are fishing. Have you seen, guys, that many fishermen in 38-minute game? Look at this. It's how many? It's like, I don't know, 31 fishermen he got back. Imagine if he's doing a castle there and he need a castle. He got the stone to do it, but is he gonna make it? I don't think so. And now TaToH is the one who is gonna make the castle faster. Damn it! And with that castle, he's gonna get a lot of map control. But the resources, if BacT make the castle and he's on the way to Imperial, imagine if he's doing the castle, Mr. Res will be able to make Trebuchet, and TaToH got not even close to go up.
Not like this, not like this. My Age of Empires brain cannot handle what I'm seeing right now. I've never seen a player go too hard in the shorefish in my life. There's a forward university in the middle of the map. The castle's being dropped by TaToH. Somehow, BacT is still in the game despite having a terrible KD, and it just goes to show. Beat to win, guys. It's a strategy that just works. I feel like he overcommitted slightly on the camels, but it's difficult to say because I think the knight choice from TaToH, even though they don't get bloodlines, was pretty good. And now we're going to see BacT dropping a castle of his own. He is leveraging that faster imp, like I said, and somehow the game moves on, but the fishing economy is getting kind of disrupted a bit, unfortunately.
But if he's not doing this castle, it's game over. If he's not doing this castle, it's game over. He's going to be without castle. Well,
here comes the Mega.
Oh, no, but he didn't want to. He went away, but now TaToH, how these guys are doing this? He didn't have any economy, and now we go, and 2 minutes after, he now is on the way to Imperial. Unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. Now that castle for TaToH is important. Let's see if BacT will be able to kill it. This is crazy how they manage the economy, how they use the market and go up. When BacT was up, his food in the bank for TaToH, the rest was 100 food. And now he's after Imperial.
And he has a longbowman. He's making longbowmen. Holy crap. I can finally put longbowmen in the title, and they're actually there. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And, okay, only a 2-minute lead for the Byzantines player from BacT, but, man, TaToH is using this as an opportunity to push. Can he get that Treb out? Start trebbing down that castle? BacT is really committed to this fishing thing. I think he's addicted at this point. He's got, like, what, 1 farmer? And really, at the end of the day, that's all you need. I'm going to have to rewrite all of my tutorials, I've decided. BacT's getting chemistry. He's getting bracer. TaToH is just waiting to get to imp so that he can get that extra range. He can get bracer, maybe even elite longbowman. We'll see. This game is really messy. And you know who has no wood? TaToH. So he's not actually... Okay, he just bought 200 wood. Is he going to make that Treb? Where's my Treb?
Because they has no gold. BacT got 0 gold right now. 0 gold, literally, almost, and he's doing more extra tone centers. Well, it's a good choice because he was behind in economy. And let's see, now he's trying to raid. This game is going to be a long one. TaToH is doing chain bard in armor. I'm not so sure about this choice. This is an absolutely crazy game. I insist. Double almost, well, not double anymore, but 50 unit kills more. And now, and he is still in the game. The same amount of village, same amount of farming is absolutely crazy. And on the right side, oh, he's doing a castle. He's gonna make the castle, but he's, oh, come on. Just in time, that castle on the right side when the archers and skirmishers were going. But he's trying to raid. Now TaToH is doing with Britons, cavaliers, and plate bard in armor. First game that we see in this dry river in the Imperial, and it's just an amazing one. Population for both, Res. I let you say this. Huh? How is the population for both?
Well, the population is completely tied, man. Like, completely tied in both military and economy. Now both players are in the Imperial Age. But once again, the KD in the favor of TaToH. However, it is evening out a little bit as BacT's got a really nice selection of units. This Cavalier choice, I think, is low-key brilliant. The Cavalier's super cheap upgrade. Really nice power spike. And even though the Britons... yeah, and he's got flippin' plate barding armor. Ridiculous. I mean, it could catch the Byzantines by surprise. Sure, there's no bloodlines, no paladins, no longevity to this, but the trick is you just come in there and you hopefully catch him by surprise. And BacT is making these trebs now, because you're right, he's got the gold. He's even getting the two-man saw. Oh, this is going to be close. TaToH is waiting for a good engagement before he goes in. He mopped up all of BacT's units at the back, and now the trebs are here. No upgrades for this castle. We're going to see a really close fight, man. And
I think Res is a tricky choice, the Cavaliers. It might be good now, but BacT is doing now a huge boom. Look at the village number he was behind, and now he has boom a lot. So if he's really going now with the Britons, well, with the army from... yeah, Halbardiers, look at this. Halbardiers and full of skirmishes is much cheaper, man. It's much cheaper army, but it's true that TaToH is pushing a lot with those arbalests that... no, well, it's not arbalests, but since they have 10 range already, yeah, man, those are crossbows, but TaToH is at the very limit with their resources. Let's see now, because the castle is still alive. Remember that buildings from Byzantines are the best in the game, the strongest one, almost 7,000 HP. He's now trying to destroy that castle, but if he holds a little bit, the halbardiers and the skirmishes might push him back. Well, TaToH is doing the arbalests and chemistry, and economy for both, well, at the limit. I don't know. Still also TaToH with a lot of other villagers. It's complicated,
nice place.
It's really complicated. Go.
This game is nuts. I have no words for this one. And, okay, so TaToH's doing some great raiding with some Cavaliers, trying to pick off some of BacT's villagers, but BacT has a very well-placed defensive castle, as well as some adjacent halberdiers from the Byzantines. The Byzantines, being a Swiss army knife, will help them out a lot. Chemistry upgrade for BacT, of course, so he's able to use bombard cannons to safely shell these trebs from a distance. But I say safely with the giant asterisk, because guess who has 10 range? These are blessed do. So they are able to pick it off by just inching a little bit forward, and the castle ends up going down for BacT. He's in quite a bit of trouble now, and we're seeing the same thing again, Mem, where if the game goes really, really long, and the Britons just happen to have some money, it's tough to deal with them.
Yeah, but we can see, I expect to see from BacT some units that we didn't see from TaToH in that Britons-Byzantines war. I expect to see Hussars from BacT. Werewolf! There you go! Werewolf! Those trebuchets now try to stop them. Werewolf upgrade by TaToH with the trebuchet. If he mass a lot of, let's see. But BacT, if he's also doing siege rams, he got a really good economy and mass army forever. We will see. Now BacT is 141 villages overbooming again. But after that overboom, that helps always a lot. Really a lot to spam units. What army he's gonna do? He's doing bombard cannons still. BacT doesn't have any single relic. And the problem in this map is that BacT, well, in this map for TaToH, is that BacT is expanding his economy all over the map. For that, he stay in the game, even with so many units lost more. And still fighting and fighting. Now, third relic for TaToH and a fourth in the middle. It's crazy. Doing a castle here, he's gonna make it. Look at the light get ready, and I don't know what is gonna happen. He did the war wall, but he has only 2 trebuchets. Still TaToH with a lot of army, but now is the time for TaToH to push. He needs to push.
TaToH is playing so well, actually recognizing that this could be a long game, and it already is. He needs to get those relics, and once he gets the 4th relic, that is going to add up and give him that late game insurance he needs. It feels like BacT got a little bit baited by the voluptuous amount of shorefish at our disposal. Not box turtles this time, shorefish. And He's just having a little bit of trouble actually adjusting his eco and also dealing with the absurd range that the Britons have. Please, can I see Siege Engineers one time in my life? I feel like extra damages buildings, that one extra range. There we go! Is there nothing TaToH can't do? He gets Warwolf and he gets Siege Engineers. That's what I'm talking about. Give me that one extra range. Bonus damage versus buildings. What a... Oh my god. If there's ever a game where Warwolf is good, it's here. And he got it before Yeoman, the Madman. And before Conscription? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back the economy. Because BacT economy is still really strong. He's doing a castle on the left, but look at that rating. He's going to be able to make that castle. He wants to cover the gold, cover the wood. He days 2 camels. Wall those villages, BacT. Wall those villages, and you will be able to make that castle. It's important. TaToH is doing every single upgrade, but is still not pushing enough. Now he's gonna try 3 trebuchets and gonna try to take that castle in the middle of the map with crazy amount of arbalest. I still see not enough army from BacT, but now he's coming from behind with 1 trap, 4 bombard cannons. But remember that those trebuchets has the Warwolf. If he's now focused, look how he
do it.
The bombard cannons with the 100. Oh, but don't shoot the
Or
skirmishes,
fire the
man.
cannons.
But the bombard cannons, man. Look at the bombard cannons going down. But the trebuchets are going down as well. Damn it! This is a lot of army population now for BacT is ahead. This is gonna be it is already, guys, another epic game. But I still think that TaToH need to be careful. The good thing here for TaToH is the 4 relics. 4 relics in the bank for TaToH, but BacT score is switching now. Is behind in population. What is this?
He's getting raided by light cav. He's losing his shorefish, man. He's losing all that delicious, nutritious fish. BacT's like, Horik, fire the cannons. Aye, aye, Captain. And it actually worked out pretty well. The Warwolf shots did indeed miss, but the few cavalry units from the Britons are a pretty good way to deal with those trebs. But I guess they're just distraction men for the villagers, which are going to try and dismantle those trebs. But it's not going to quite work out. I would like to see some hoardings. I think would be nice. Maybe masonry. I think that castle's going down. What a close game.
I really think that with the resources he has in the bank, he should make the siege rams. Siege rams will be really important, but still a lot of army for both. Military numbers are pretty similar. BacT is only with 140 villages. Damn it! Now he's sending some cataphract, trying to take the trebuchet down, trying to repair the castle. He's repairing that trebuchet is going down. No, he's not killing. Look at the cataphract. Oh, he got it in the last second. Only 1 trebuchet alive, and now he's coming with halves, skirmishers, and a lot of trebuchet. I insist, siege rams, and I think TaToH will have a really bad time here. Remember, guys, that this is the grand final. They are playing for not only for being the winner, of course, for a lot of money and for a lot of points for their teams. It could be a great performance for Vietnam Legends. Remember, but Secret is still there. They're on top of the league. Yeah, man, but TaToH, man, is in troubles. 38 army, and now if he's taking those trebuchets down, this is complicated. This is also raiding, and 1 relic down. What happened? What happened, Rez?
His pop is slipping. He's actually at 125 to 187.
Because he's raiding, man.
So it just goes to show you just keep throwing units into the grinder, and eventually you might be able to come out on top. It also has to do with a lot of raiding. He's even raiding with camels and halbs and hashtag just Byzantines things, I guess. The bombard cannons are also really nice to have in this matchup if used carefully. Warwolf unfortunately has been paying dividends, but we're going to ignore that. I was going to say, this is like the ultimate game that you would link to your friends as a PSA to like, don't get too addicted to shore fishing, but looks like the turntables have turned, my friends. BacT, now on the offensive. Holy crap. Did TaToH just run out of gold? Or no, he's got a little bit of gold. I think it's just economy's in shambles. Oh
TaToH
my.
is out completely of the economy. It's unbelievable performance here. Cap Ramsey coming. Look at those trebuchets. They have... Bardias are going to do the job with those cavalry, but he still have also bombard cannons. And it's unbelievable that without a single relic, you can see how BacT, Rez, and the viewers is pushing completely. Now TaToH has more army, it seems, but let's see those bombard cannons. Little by little, it seems that BacT is getting more map and more map. But let's see, because now it's, wow, it's the same army, man, for both. But resources, BacT, 2,500 wood, over 1,000 food, and 1,000 gold. I insist, if he's passing siege rams, how to stop? And TaToH is struggling with the wood and the gold.
Yeah, I would like to see the siege rams too, especially now that the cavalry have kind of dipped out because they are very expensive. Oh, this is such a close and dangerous game. Oh my god. Well, he's inching the line forward. The siege ram upgrade is coming down from BacT finally, and now we got some more trebs deployed. Please let me see some werewolf value. Ooh. Are we gonna see it? He's gonna fire.
This is what happened now, Res. I mean, we don't see any advantage for Britons now because he barely have Arbalest and barely have Lombos. Nothing. It's skirmishes, and in a skirmishes battle with the Byzantines, who have the advantage there. But let's see, because now the army is again for TaToH, better for TaToH. Remember that TaToH was playing a lot deathmatch, so maybe in the late game he should get an advantage here. Well, we will see. BacT saw that in Imperial can be absolutely a sick player. I don't know. And Hussars, we didn't see Hussars. They don't have bloodlines, but for raiding, they might be amazing. And he got the goal to make Hussars.
Sorry, 1 second. My roommates were actually loud enough that you all probably could have heard their conversation loud and clear for a brief second before I muted my mic. Multiple times. Anyway, I'm back. I have to say that the 3 relics for TaToH, even though he's playing against the Byzantines, right? And you wouldn't think that that would matter because you can just sell resources at the market. Every penny counts in a game this unbelievably close. So that is TaToH's ace in the hole. And he's got another ace in the hole, which is, of course, doing some raiding with some light cavalry. Maybe he'll be able to actually swing things back in his favor. He's grabbing the Onager upgrade, and now we're seeing a 1 hour and 5 minute Arbalest upgrade too.
But I don't understand this upgrade. I mean, when you see that your opponent is full of skirmishers, you spend the gold in Arbalest, I don't get it. I think it's really not needed.
I agree.
You want to make the siege rams. Arbalest is really not needed here. TaToH is doing the Onager upgrade now that it can be even more damage against that upgrade. I'm also sure that he did the Arbalest upgrade and we're not gonna see a single Arbalest. You know, almost nothing. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think so he's gonna win or lose the game because of that, but now this is a real push with the siege rams, with halves, and with the skirmishes. With the bombard cannon, he's trying to get those trebuchets, but it's gonna be difficult because there is a lot of army and the bombard cannon is gone. He is still pushing more and more. Yeah, the scores say that TaToH is ahead, but look at the population. More army and more
the relic guy died. I don't know if you saw that. He almost made it. TaToH almost got his 4th relic, man. Sorry to interrupt, by the way. Can you make it continue?
He's fine.
He didn't make it, no, he died.
Yeah, but he will bring it more, probably, and still trying to push. It's really difficult. The goal incoming for BacT is only the goal on the top left corner, close to 9 a.m. Yes. 9 o'clock. And look at the goal, man. Guilds.
Finally, the guilds technology is here.
Yeah,
man. No. You cannot get to... I object. This is my res objection. It is 1 hour and 7 minutes in the game, and you are in the longest trash war of your life surrounded by shorefish. I need to see that guild upgrade like 15, 20 minutes earlier, man. Guilds adds up. You need to be using the market like that, especially if you're the person who doesn't have all the relic. Oof. Yeah. Oh, that guild's upgrade. Gives me a little bit of res anxiety, but don't worry. I like these Onager choices, by the way, by TaToH lots. They could prove to be decisive. There's also 1 Cavalry mixed in there for some flavor. I don't know. This is close. TaToH's on the back foot. He's being pushed back, but he's got his crap light cavalry on the way. He's researching capped rams now, and maybe these Onagers can do something if they don't get sniped by those bombard cannons.
But with those resources, I want to insist, Rest, that Hussars in a trust battle, when one civilization has and the other doesn't, they are crucial. Because you are going to raid a lot of the economy. You can see how TaToH keep doing light caps. Only +1 attack and +4 defense. Just imagine if you put... BacT is now doing the light cap team in armor, so he might go for the Hussars and might have an advantage there if he's going to be able to upgrade those. Let's see those honors. Oof! He wants to kill all those halberdiers. Let's see the Onagers. Oh, he's taking absolutely all those halberdiers. Damn it. You can see those bada boom. And now those light cats will take probably the bombardiers and the skirmishes. Yeah, that's really cool because he lost all the health and now the light cats feel, yeah, free way to go and kill all those. Oh man. But BacT is still with really good resources, at least in terms of food and gold.
I don't know, man. These 3 relics are going to add up eventually. I feel like they are. Iron casting coming down, but you're right. Hussar is super decisive against non-bloodlines, light cavalry. Oof. Like, the Byzantines are the type of civ that you want to go to the ultra-late game with. It's only once the Britons happen to have some gold income that they have the advantage here due to the arbalest that they can throw at you, for example. It's just like 3 relics alone isn't quite enough to sustain it, and that's why this game keeps going back and forth. It's so difficult to hold the middle. Raiding is going to be really important. BacT even has a castle in the corner to protect his lumberjacks and farmers. I love the way he's partitioned his eco. What a crazy game, mem.
Yeah, and now Res, not only that he has well protected all, I think he didn't even make pike operate TaToH. If he really mass a lot of hussars with halberdiers and skirmishers, he has a really good army to go and push TaToH. It's true that the arbalists are really great, but his hussars plus 4, halberdiers, skirmishers, and cheap units, man. Cheap it. I mean, he can spam forever. And finally, BacT is taking 1 relic, so he's gonna have some gold incoming. Aye. That's good for him. Well, let's see. This reminds me a little bit, well, the first game, because it was the same civilizations, but it's completely different. You can see that the army composition, it has nothing to do, and definitely the map is completely different as well. You can see raiding all over the map. You can see now on the left how hussars and skirmishes are used, countering everything from TaToH. TaToH was ahead in the score, but the score is gonna switch really quick, probably really quick, because BacT got right now 3,000 food thanks to the 51 farmers. 51 farmers, 53 also for TaToH, but really, with 51 farmers and 3,000 food in the bank, you can make hussars for a while. Now TaToH, pikeman, armored squads, and blast furnaces, but how you gonna be able to get the halberdiers is 600 gold. He will have to balance his economy with the market, otherwise, Res, big problems, and for that reason, he's walling in the south.
Oh, thank you, Dark Minnows, Alan, Pete, and chat. Yo, this game is nuts. He's pushing back. What? Getting blast furnace. He's actually getting his infantry upgrades. We're gonna see full text here. But a new challenger has joined the fray. What we might not have noticed during all the chaos, everybody, is that not only did BacT get into TaToH's base, but he stole that relic. This is the world's most epic game of capture the flag. TaToH had been trying to take that relic for the entire game, and he did not get it. Now we're 3-2. And the cataphracts are here. I feel like they need elite cataphract and logistica before they're actually good. And they do get totally shredded by arbs, but they kill everything else in TaToH's army. So it'd be interesting if we ever reach that singularity, that critical mass where that actually matters. And meanwhile, the siege rams are coming out on the right side, attempting to snipe the castle, and
the last castle,
girls. No
the last castle, Rest. He's the last castle. He's the last castle. TaToH is doing hoardings, masonry, but no. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take that castle. I don't think so. He's gonna be able to stop those. Well, it's only 2 siege rams, but the siege rams are so damn powerful. I really think that now with 2 relics for BacT and 6,000 food in the bank, you're not gonna be able to stop now the Byzantines with hussars incoming, skirmishes and halberdiers, and sadly for TaToH, he can't afford. Look at that castle, it's going down. He's gonna take it.
And
he's gonna save it in the last second. He saved the castle. 80 HP. That castle wasn't at 80 HP, and now he is repairing in the last second. TaToH is still 200 population.
Oh my goodness. Thank you as well, Cucumber. And I cannot believe that TaToH actually kept his castle alive. And was that because of the hoardings and masonry tech actually coming into play at the last second? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, we're at this late game stage where the Byzantines have totally peaked, and yet, I guess all this relic gold from TaToH, looks like the relic Wait, are there more than 5 relics in this map? I didn't even check earlier. Regardless, the siege engineers are here, the werewolf trebs are here. TaToH now back on the offensive, pressuring this castle. This castle is in a really important position, protecting all these unit production facilities. TaToH's even getting architecture, by the way, to future-proof himself. I like that. And the cataphracts are coming. The hussars are here now, finally. Thank goodness. He just needs blast. Oh, no, he doesn't get blast. I don't know. The hussars are here. That's a huge upgrade.
Did you see the relics? Relics
Look
now,
at the ram just popped out of
the
siege.
4 relics for BacT. I mean, if he lost that castle, can you tell me the food for BacT? BacT, 7,000 food. 7,000 food spamming forever. TaToH, 0 food, but even with 0 food, he managed to have 80 military and BacT 65. People in the chat say these cities are crazy, are sick. No, are unbelievable. In another level, this is the final. And some people were telling, well, Viper is not playing in this tournament. Yeah, we want to see Viper, we want to see Dowd, we want to see Leary and everyone. But man, sometimes the less popular, if we can call it like this, provide games like this one. And this is an amazing one with, like us now, a lot of Arbalists and almost 100 military from TaToH with resources at the very limit, using everything he has. Here on the left and on the right side, he's even pushing a little bit. He saved that castle that now is 5,000 HP. He has 0 stone, and on the left, TaToH keep pushing him back because he needs to push since the score is TaToH 1, BacT 2. So BacT, come on, man, are you gonna push here, or this is gonna be the equalizer anytime soon? Because we are in 1 hour 23 minutes, and Zach and me were discussing before I start the game. Zach, man, we never see Imperial in this one. Guys, you will never forget this Imperial battle in Dry River.
This is like Battle for Encore Grand Finals. If you guys have not seen that, absolutely make sure to check that out. It was like Game 4 and I think Game 1 or 2 were absolutely insane. This game is going on forever in a Civ matchup that is honestly just too close. It's like Hussar compared to the possibility of having some strong Arbalest in your army. And now that BacT actually has relics, the dirty things you can do with those relics, let me tell you. And it's going to come down to some crucial raiding if they want to break this stall fest, but there are just so many well-placed castles by BacT. I mean, he's actually going for that castle once again on the right side, because this time it's personal. And now he's just trying to push in every way possible. Those siege rams will soak up the damage from those Arbalests, but can they hold the castle on the right?
No, the castle is gonna die. And we forgot to mention something, Rez. I'm checking right now, and Zach, you can check a little bit after this castle is going to be down, because it's gonna be down. Check map for BacT. 0 wood very soon for him. No wood in the map. No wood in the map, and that can be really important. TaToH still have some wood on the left at the bottom. And also, TaToH got almost 7,000 wood, while BacT only 2,000. And if there's a point that you cannot replace the farmers, tell me what you can do. And I insist, BacT, win now or without wood, it's gonna be impossible that you can win this game.
Well, I did some calculus actually, and I've determined that the answer is shore fishing. No, it's not actually a good answer. And as we can see here, the siege rams are being excellent at soaking up the arrow fire from the Britons. It's one of the best ways to deal with them. Britons only get cap rams, by the way. Rams get an attack bonus versus each other and all of the siege weapons, and it looks like that one just got shanked. The light cavalry versus hussars, that extra HP is big, as well as the change in attack bonus. Oh man, TaToH just can't quite seem to make the decisive push that he needs, because BacT just has great defense. And an hour 26 minutes in, now you're gonna get clock rotation, buddy. What? No.
Crop rotation now. 1 hour 27
Panic crop
minutes.
rotation. We finally seen it, ladies and gentlemen.
He's the new meta. He's doing now when he's gonna be out of wood. Good job, man. Ay. 107 billion is 98, and I'm gonna count now the lumberjacks for BacT. BacT got 40 lumberjacks, 40 idle villages, 40 farmers, and I insist the wood is gonna be crucial. It's true that right now TaToH got no food, but he can replace the farmers. He can keep going. Army, almost the same. But if you got 100 villages and 40 are idle, it means that BacT got 60 villages working. TaToH is at the very limit. But I insist, the push needs to be now. Now for BacT. Siege rams, a lot of siege rams, but those heal advantage with the arbalest skirmishes rest. He's going to hold, man. He's holding. And on the right side, he doesn't have siege to push. But it's true that now, look at the rating. This is what he needs. I don't know what you think, Rez, that instead of fighting like this, he should try to send, look where he's coming with villages to take the lumberjack, where the fight is happening, man. So BacT make a tower, a bombard tower. I remember now that he researched the bombard tower, and he never did a single one. So guys, I don't understand.
That's another thing about this matchup.
Yeah, make something, man.
I forgot about as well is that, the Byzantines also get bombard towers. So the thing is that it flips around if the Byzantines happen to have a lot of gold. Elite Cataphract is always that trump card you can play if you're filthy rich, but bombard towers are a lot more reasonable. 90-minute halberdier upgrade coming out from TaToH because he just needed more gold for it, and I think he needed to get it a little bit earlier regardless. He's getting pushed in on the top side, getting raided. He really needs to get his remaining blacksmith upgrades. He's missing the final infantry armor, and wow, the Byzantines just slowly pushing through. And
TaToH helps.
By the way, guys, I added 50 extra wood to the acacia tree as one of my changes when I was working on Africa's Rise the Rajas. That extra 50 wood could be decisive here. Woo! Let's see.
Well, this is crazy. We don't know what can be decisive here anymore. This is absolutely crazy. Byzantines and Britons, same amount of villages, military more now for BacT, but little by little, I don't know what to think. But if you check the mini-map, it looks... Oh, that already... He's taking all the skirmishes, damn it! He's taking absolutely all, man. All the skirmishes there. There you go, the Badaboom was real. The Badaboom was real. You have to be careful, man. 9,000 wood for TaToH, no wood for BacT. I still think that the wood is crucial, but here we are. We are going again with the siege rams. Hussars, go and send to the farmers, or it's gonna be absolutely impossible to finish. This is another game level, man. Another level game.
I've got it all figured out, actually. This is a bigger metagame than we thought. The goal here is to exhaust us and make me so congested by that at the end of the game, I'm just a blob. I just look like the brain slug emoji. I've got it all figured out. This game is absolutely intense, and oh my god, there's going to be another series after this, man. I'm super excited. If you guys enjoy our co-casting, definitely make sure to check out more of it. BacT is now buying some stone for probably a castle. It's probably not the Bard Towers, but these onagers are proving to be huge, and I really wanted to see them earlier, and I'm telling you, that's the secret here. Wait, he's also chopping some trees too.
He has no village anymore. They enjoy the blood because they like the blood. They enjoy when all the units die. They don't care if you cast, if I cast. They want to see all the units die. Look at those skirmishes and the halberdiers. He keep pushing. This is now 100 army, and he's gonna make a castle on his face. A castle after 1 hour and 35 minutes. How he got that stone? Because he wants to take the wood. And if he's taking the wood, he can maintain in the game. Otherwise, BacT is not gonna be able to keep going because he got no wood. Man, this is absolutely unbelievable. But he's getting all the map control now. Whoa, what is this, man? What is this?
He's gonna have to start buying wood with those 5 relics. Does this map have relics? Oh, another huge onager shot. Yes! That's how you play the Britons. Britons want to... Oh, forward castle. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, wait. Okay, so BacT has no wood left at all. So really, this is his final push. He's got nothing left. He's got this castle. And TaToH is in deep trouble. But if he can hold the line miraculously, maybe he can do it. But, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy.
He has no economy anymore. I think
he bought 3,000 wood.
Nothing. Look at BacT.
I'm always res confused. That's why I've got res what?
No,
guys?
I think that's a little bug from the spec overlay, to be honest. But Really, he needs to save this castle. I think BacT is getting the game. BacT is definitely getting the game and the tournament, guys. This is the last moment of the tournament. Look at the population now, 100 army. He needs to save this castle, but if he's taking all this, he's gonna take the tournament. Maybe I need to risk with my opinion, and now I will fail on Titanic, even if the scores say that TaToH is ahead. He's raiding on the right side. Look at the farmers going down from TaToH. Yes, BacT is doing now the raiding. Hazard's on the right side, Hazard in the middle, and here in front with the castle. He's just holding, but raiding all over.
Oh my God.
And now he has more than double the army. Guys, my voice is going like all those units.
I am also dying. Oh my God. Age of Empires 2 caster with super asthma and allergies. This game is a blur, but a beautiful one, and why I love Age of Empires 2 so much. I'm telling you, it's like you said, hustle.
It is over.
It's the way.
Over,
I hope it is, but also at the same time, I kind of don't.
No, I wanted 5 games, but after this one, when BacT get the score lead, TaToH will call the GG, because this is absolutely double the population.
All right, TaToH's dead. He's
final,
finally
man.
dead.
Incredible final, man.
He's finally dead.
Clap, guys. What an insane game. I don't know. Now, GG will play. I don't know.
Well played.
I will say, because I don't remember all the finals, but this is, in my opinion, the best
must-watch
final game for any Escape Champions League event. Congratulations, Seek, an amazing game. Look,
thank you so much for joining me, Mem, and everyone for watching live.
Sorry, guys.
Watch the whole series. This was an amazing grand final. GG well played does not state it enough. TaToH and BacT at the top of their game. This was amazing.
I like some comments in the chat. Civilization win, and then how he won with Britain versus Byzantines in the first game. Civilization win. Come on, guys, what is this? Zach, is Civilization win? What do you think? Is Civilization win?
What a play from BacT, seriously. That was insane. He bought that back. The castle, man. The castle. That was just
you saw that
perfect.
That castle.
In 1 hour 35 minutes just to take the wood, because there was no wood anymore in the map. Awesome.
Jeez.
Awesome.
You know, a lot of people said, hey, ECL is such a long event. There's not enough hype. I'm sorry. What? What?
Check yourself, everybody. Check yourself.
Jeez. And BacT gets a win.
Hype? What are you talking, Zach? I wasn't hype.
No, you didn't lose your voice. It's fine. Jeez, man. Like, so BacT gets the win for VNA. That scores VNA some points now. And that is so important. VNA getting some points. Look at that. 12 points. They're ahead of AM. They're in 4th position.
12 points? Woo.
They've got 12 points on the board, man.
And also for the motivation, you know. This is needed for the motivation, because if everyone is all the time, the same players are getting, the other players might get, and this is good for the tournament. In my opinion, I don't know what you think, that Vietnam, BacT in this case, is getting this amount of points to get, they're pushing and motivated.
Yeah, and look how close it is between Frantic and SY. It's like the two Chinese giant teams, 1 point apart from each other. There is so much to play for. Just to remind everyone, the top 2 teams at the end of the league will be going to an offline grand final where they will face each other head-to-head in person. That doesn't get much better, but it's still so much all to play for. You know, if you're VNA right now, you're thinking, hey, we're 8 points behind SY. We could actually do this. If you're Secret, you're like, okay, we got an 8-point lead, but look at those 2 Chinese teams, man. They're looking dangerous.
Well, SY is not a surprise for me. I'm a surprise positive way with Frantic, because I expected that they could make good, but not as good as they are doing. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think, well, it could be better. They didn't make it even to the semis in this event, right? Which allowed Frantic to catch up. I mean, that's just insane. there is still so much to play for here. And the next event will be the 3v3 event with the same map pool. Middle East 3v3 will be in 2 weeks' time, Saturday at 14 GMT. As always, we'll put a countdown on the homepage of the escape.gg website. So if you want to check that out, escape.gg, all the information about the tournament is there. Guys, thank you so much for casting. That was really enjoyable. And, you know, just the energy, it was off the rails.
Well, you know me, Zach, and you know my, we can say special casting for these games is, I feel like, you know, those games are amazing for how I like to cast, and I have enjoy. And what I enjoy is that I'm casting, you know, that is always more complicated when you don't cast in your own channel, but I'm feeling good casting here, and I'm casting almost like if I was in my house, in my channel. So I'm feeling so good to be here. So thank you for having me, and hopefully everyone has enjoyed as well.
Thank you for having me as well. That was an absolute blast. That last game, actually the entire series was crazy. They were both at the top of their game, just across the board.
Yeah. So real quick, just before people leave, we have a giveaway going on to win an HTC Vive Pro. Click the link below the stream, click on the big picture, and you can get your hands on one of those if you're a lucky winner. But Mem, I think you have an announcement to make as well, and we're going to be collaborating on this. Maybe you could talk about your, you know, the thing.
Yeah, this is good. Thank you for mentioning, because I'm that destroyed that I was going to go right now.
No, I got your back. I got your back. Tell the people.
Well, I have to say, guys, that I've been talking with Microsoft during the last couple of moons, and they have I'm pretty GG because also I get emotional with this. They are going to sponsor and work together with MenTV as well, and going to make King of the Desert 2. That is gonna be, it's gonna be in January, you know. So like a good present for the new year. $10,000, $10,000 1v1. Gonna be really soon the settings and everything on AOE Zone. And well, I can link you. I don't know if it's possible even to play the video. It doesn't matter. There will be a video soon. I have some version that is not finished, and more news will be soon, and you are going to enjoy a lot, because if you enjoyed with the King of the Desert 1, imagine this one with already more than double the price and some different settings. You will enjoy, guys. The video, people want to see a video. Well, I don't know if you, I can link you
maybe
if you
show
it
if you send it to me. Yeah, I can figure that out.
Okay, let me.
But yeah, I mean, that's great news. I mean, more support for the community, more support for the players, more big tournaments happening, and that's really, really awesome. And you know, we hope we can keep this going. So, you know, all of your support, just tuning into the streams, showing up, showing the world that there is a viewership and people want to see competitive Age of Empires 2. That's what's allowing this to happen. I'm pretty sure we'd struggled to get an extra 10K for King of the Desert 2 if we didn't have so many of you guys tuning up to watch these streams and watch competitive Age of Empires. So more great stuff to come. That's obviously going to happen as well as ECL. So that's going to be completely another tournament on top of all of this, on top of NAC2. So much stuff happening, and it's awesome. So
before you play, Zach, I want to say,
where are you sending it?
Things.
Oh, here. Okay, let me. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll get this set up. Yeah, no problem.
I have to say that Microsoft put 5,000. That I put 5,000 myself.
Okay.
And the important about the video, this is the most important.
Okay.
That I got some problem. Is not the best quality possible, but still I think it's decent.
Okay, I'm gonna try and it's 480p. Okay, no problem.
No, but it's fine. You will see that this looks good in
back
in
in my day.
I have some already. It's okay.
Okay, let me grab this for you. So I'm gonna show this on the stream now. It's kind of loud, so hopefully I'll adjust the volume as it happens. But I'm gonna play now. Awesome, man. King of the Desert 2, starting in January. Going to be 1v1 tournament, I think, and we're going to have a lot of top players involved in that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one specifically. Like, oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. I mean, but today though was also absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Just so much good Age of Empires 2 tournaments on the way.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how hyped I am. I mean, I know it's like 7 months away, but the LAN final for this event, I want it to be just the biggest thing, and it's gonna be super exciting. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate that. You can follow Memb on his channel. He's in the chat, Memb TV. You can follow Resonance22 as well, twitch.tv/Resonance22. Links are in the chat. And yeah, guys, don't forget to give us a follow as well. Don't forget to enter our giveaway to win an HTC Vive Pro. Have either of you guys tried VR?
Actually, I have not.
What?
Man? Oh man, that was one of the things I should have asked you at TwitchCon actually.
Try what?
And I'm GG.
Have you tried VR, virtual reality?
Oh no, but I won't, man.
You guys are missing out, seriously. Like, I had an HTC Vive a couple of years ago, and it's just an incredible piece of kit. Like, people think, oh, VR, yeah, it's going to be a load of rubbish. It's actually amazing. And with the HTC Vive Pro, it's even better. Bigger resolution, more immersion. And I think it's just, it's a bit of a novelty, but it's really awesome. But yeah, you can
Can't wait to try it.
Yeah, you can click on the link below the stream.
Sign up.
And you can enter the giveaway for free. All you got to do is follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, follow us on social media, and there's bonus for subscribers as well. But hey, we gave away like 200 subs today, and Carlini gave away another 100, so you're welcome, chat. You're welcome. We got your back. Anyway,
thank you guys for supporting the community. It's not that hard to click that follow button. Think about it.
Yeah, think about it. I promise you it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, well,
the opportunity cost.
We are going to be heading off now. We're going to rerun the stream immediately because we have got to show you all those amazing games all over again. And we will catch you guys in 2 weeks on Saturday. The timer on the website will be updated to count down, and we'll update everything in the meantime. But thanks for watching again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much, Zach, as always, for having us. It's a huge pleasure to be casting for ECL. Hope you all enjoyed our co-cast. Thank you, Mem, for joining me. Like, I love co-casting with you. This was an intense, unexpectedly intense series. I knew it would be good, but I didn't know it would be, like, that insanely good. Wow.
Only one thing to say. We love this game. Bye-bye,
We
guys.
love this game.